Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a super session today where we talk about navigating the battle of college applications for university in the United States. Now, as I said, I will use some English and some Arabic as I explain this because we do have parents and students together. So trying to make the preference here for each of the two groups accessible. And then after we're done with this intro and our talk about university and how to get ready for applying to university in the United States, we're going to talk about our new course for people who are interested in joining the course. Then we're going to have a full SAT reading session. We're going to learn skills and hacks and apply a lot of what we learned together using actual real questions from official SAT test number 6. All right, so let's start. Bismillah. Now, المشكلة عند البيرنتس في أمريكا للطلبة الأمريكان اللي من أصل عربي. So you are an American citizen, you the student, you may have been born in the US, you've been learning in the US your whole life, but your parents are originally from another country. So you guys can start telling me now in the chat where you're originally from. Okay. Now, I do see, I know quite a few people here are originally from Egypt. Where else in the Arab world are you originally from? Let me know. So, عندنا السودان, عندنا سوريا, عندنا مصر, عندنا المغرب. All right. Ella is from Mars, and she truly is. She's an alien by all measures. All right. مصر, مصر, مصر. All right. So, مصر والمغرب, Sudan, Syria. What else do we have? All right. Saudi. All right. Perfect. Okay. حلو قوي. So, المشكلة إن في الدول دي Okay, Ahmed بيقول America. Yes, I know, Ahmed. We're just saying that where are your parents originally from? المشكلة إن التقديم للجامعة في الدول العربية وفي دول كتير في العالم all over the world, especially in Arab countries, الطريقة اللي بنقدم بيها على الجامعة بتكون معتمدة على الدرجات بتاعة المدرسة أو درجات بتاعة امتحان معين وبس. Okay? Basically, in Egypt, for example, it all depends on your grades in school or your grades on an external test like the SAT, and then just numerically, you get accepted into a certain university just based on your scores. اللي هو في مصر, if you know, اللي هو اسمه التنسيق. Okay? And this is basically or usually decided by the government. يعني الحكومة في مصر مثلا هي اللي بتحط القوانين اللي بتقول ان الطلبه لما يجوا يدخلوا الجامعات بندخلوا درجاتهم. الدرجات بتاعتهم دي بناء على الرانكس بتاعتهم بيقبلوا في الكليات او ما بيقبلوش في الكليه. In the United States, the whole application process for university is very different. مختلف تماما عن الاهالينا متعودين عليه في الدول العربيه. طيب, first of all, let's start by asking you a few questions and then taking the questions and transforming them into informational bits. So, first question, are universities in the United States competitive بالعربي؟ هل الجامعات في أمريكا بتتنافس مع بعضها على الطلبة؟ يعني هل مثلا جامعة University of Pennsylvania بتتنافس مع Harvard University على الطالب الممتاز? Let's say Hannah Ahmed, for example. Are they actually competitive? Do they compete against each other for bright, smart, excellent students or not? Come on, let me know. So I have very competitive. That's an answer. I have yes. I have sure. I have yes. Yes. All right. Yes, I guess. Of course. حلو قوي. So this is really true, and it's one of the most important differences ما بين الجامعة في أمريكا والجامعات في الدول العربية. فلو خدنا مصر for example, and I see a lot of people here originally from Egypt, هل كلية الطب جامعة القاهرة بتتنافس مع كلية الطب جامعة اسكندرية؟ هل الاتنين بيتنافسوا مع بعض مين فيهم هيدخل له طلبة أحسن؟ No, نهائي. They don't care. Okay, they don't even know مين الطلبة اللي داخلين. All they know is there's a number, والنمبر ده بيتحدد بيست على القانون اللي الجفرمنت بتحطه وعدد الأماكن اللي موجودة. هم لا يتنافسوا مع بعض. مفيش جامعة في مصر بتدور على الطالب الشاطر. doesn't exist. Okay. أما في أمريكا الجامعات بتتنافس مع بعض. Okay. actively. طيب why؟ ليه الجامعات بتتنافس مع بعض؟ ما نبتدي بس عشان نفهم البروسيس بتاع الجامعة ليه في أمريكا it looks that way، ليه معقد بالشكل ده. Now ركزوا معايا please. Basically ركزوا معايا please. I'm not saying competition between students Lama and Alaa. I'm talking about the actual universities competing with each other, against each other, okay? Trying to find a better student. This doesn't happen غير في أمريكا. Now let's talk about this. Miriam, very smart. الجامعة في أمريكا right here makes money, okay, through many different ways. Universities in the US make their money, number one, from donations from rich graduates. That's like one of the most important sources of income for universities. يعني University of Pennsylvania, because I started this example, okay, and we have Miss Aya on our staff right here. Most of you know her. She's a graduate from University of Pennsylvania. It's one of the Ivy League schools in the US. University of Pennsylvania اتخرج منها President Trump واتخرج منها Elon Musk. I think you know these two people. Now, it is likely in President Trump or Elon Musk would donate millions of dollars to the University of Pennsylvania لما بقوا very rich and famous and billionaires and so on. Okay? So, number one, الجامعة لما يتخرج منها ناس very successful, they end up being famous or they end up being rich, they can donate ل All right, everybody. So apparently Zoom didn't like my my reference to Trump and Musk, so it stopped for some reason. Anyway, we're back. All right. So university في أمريكا makes its money through donations, gets its reputation or its prestige from the nice, good, famous, rich graduates. Also, there is something very important في أمريكا إن في عندنا حاجه اسمها رانكينجز للجامعات موجوده في العالم كله بس في امريكا موضوع الرانكينجز ده مهم جدا. So if you go to a website called US News and World Report College Rankings هتلاقي كل سنه في رانكينجز للجامعات في امريكا. مين نمبر 1 مين نمبر 2 مين نمبر 3 مين احسن جامعه في الهندسه مين احسن جامعه في البيزنس and so on. الجامعات عايزين يبقوا دايما في التوب بتاع الرانكينجز. طيب one of the major contributors to الرانكينج هو الطلبة اللي بيدخلوا الجامعة بيقعدوا يكملوا الأربع خمس سنين بتوعهم ويتخرجوا كام واحد وكام واحد ما بيكملوش الرحلة وبينسحبوا من الجامعة اللي هي الدروب اوت ريت. اوكي، دي بتبقى من ضمن الحاجات المهمة جدا اللي بتحدد الرانكينج بتاع الكلية. يبقى الجامعة في أمريكا بتدور على طالب نمبر 1 غالبا هيفضل مستمر في الدراسه طول مده الدراسه، هيجيب جي بي اي عالي لان الجي بي اي ده كمان بيتحط في وسط الرانكينج، وهيتخرج بسلام من الجامعه. كل ده بيدي رانكينج عالي للجامعه. كمان هي بتدور على الطالب اللي فيه a good chance انه لما يتخرج يشتغل وظيفه كبيره جدا، يبقى شخص مشهور قوي، يبقى entrepreneur كبير قوي، يبقى rich، يبقى famous، فيفيد الجامعة إما بالprestige وإما بالفلوس. All right? Exactly, Lemma. So the university is trying to find students who will contribute to the success of the university and البقاء بتاع university and the future. Okay, do you understand? So this is the way الجامعة في أمريكا, that's how they think. They're looking for people who will be successful في الجامعة, who will be successful people in the future after الجامعة, who will contribute to the success and the well-being of الجامعة نفسها. Do you understand, everybody? So this is a very important mindset للجامعة that we need to understand علشان منها نقدر نفهم ازاي الابليكيشن process بيكون. حلو؟ تمام. Now, علشان كده يا حضرات الجامعة في أمريكا مش بتبص only على الدرجات بتاعتكم. They don't just look at your scores at school or your SAT scores, for example. They look at you as a person holistically. Holistically يعني as a whole. Okay, على بعضك. تمام? Therefore, when we apply للuniversity, we need to have a very strong holistic picture of ourselves للجامعة. حلو. طيب, now that being said, كل الكلام اللي أنا قلته applies جدا للجامعات الكبيرة very competitive في أمريكا زي Ivy League schools. زي هارفارد، زي MIT، زي University of Pennsylvania، زي ستانفورد، زي ييل، زي براون، زي برينستون، زي بلاش حتى ايفي ليج، زي كالتك، زي يعني البيج نيمز، الجامعات المشهوره، الجامعه اللي ممكن يقدم لها thousands of students في السنه ويقبلوا منهم only 5%, 3%, something like that. Miss Aya, remind me if you please, when you applied to University of Pennsylvania a few years back, the acceptance rate then was how much? It was like 5%, 6%, حاجة كده. Do you understand? تخيلوا ان انتوا بتقدموا على جامعة في آلاف 7%. مس ايه هي بترد 7%. Okay? So عندك 100 طالب هيقدموا على الجامعة. Only 7 will be accepted و93 هيترفضوا. So it's that hard. Okay? Theodora's brother is in Brown. Brown is a great university. Ask him, Theodora, if you can, what the acceptance rate was when he applied to Brown. Probably very, very low. المهم. All right, المهم. If you want such competitive universities يبقى كل حاجة أنا بقولها دلوقتي is amplified. مهمة جدا. طب مستر كريم أنا عايز أدخل جامعة عادية state college عادية في الستيت اللي أنا فيها. هدخل University of Texas. أنا في تكساس جامعة عظيمة جدا. هدخل UNC University of North Carolina. أنا في North Carolina جامعة حلوة قوي. محمد النحال بيقول my sister's in NJIT New Jersey Institute of Technology جامعة عظيمة جدا. None of those are Ivy League. They're not very competitive. They're good universities. Good for you. But they're still going to look على الحاجات اللي أنا بقول لك عليها النهاردة بس مش بالamplification الكبير ده. That being said, I actually got a few comments لما اتكلمنا على الموضوع ده. Theodora's brother says 5% acceptance rate بتاع Brown. So he's a genius. وناس قالت لي مستر كريم مش بتفرق. في النهاية أنت يوم ما تروح تشتغل في مكان معين هيبصوا على الشهادة بتاعتك regardless of what the university is. That is not true. That is not true. Okay? If you will apply to a job which is a good job في أمريكا and you have two applicants who are both يعني they seem كويسين, both of them are good, بس واحد منهم متخرج من براون زي أخو ثيودورا and the other one متخرج من a regular state university, they will take the brown guy. Okay? Not the brown guy, you know, the guy who graduated from Brown. It's that simple. There's prestige and there's a level of competency موجودة في الطلبة اللي بيتخرجوا من الجامعات الكبيرة. So أنا دلوقتي عايز أقدم على جامعة في أمريكا. هقدم على إيه؟ يعني كلكم, everybody here, we have, how many people do we have now? We have 82 people. So 82 people, okay, and we have many more في التيك All of you want to apply to universities for the US. Which universities should you apply to? Should you apply to Harvard and Yale and Stanford والجامعات الصعبة دي? ولا should you apply to good universities that are not very hard like NJIT, like University of Texas, UNC, جامعات عظيمة جدا لها ranking عالي قوي وكويسة بس ما هيش صعبة قوي? ولا هنقدم على يعني أكتر جامعة تعبانة في أمريكا؟ You know what you should do? All three. المفروض نجرب نقدم على الايفي ليج الصعب جدا، وكمان نقدم على الكويسين، وكمان نقدم على النص نص، وكمان نقدم على الوحشين. And then we see what happens. Okay? So in all cases لازم نجهز البورتفوليو بتاعنا، نجهز البلان بتاعنا على الحاجة الصعبة أو الكبيرة. طيب تعالوا بقى نتكلم على what we need to do exactly. And before I just continue, does everybody understand? I know I've been speaking English and Arabic together. Jenna, please tell me, is everything good with you or not? Did I lose you? Let me know for the chat, please, everybody. Is what I said clear? Do you all understand why university in the United States university looks for students who are smart and potentially successful? Do you all understand? كلنا فاهمين إن في منافسة ما بينهم إن هم بيدوروا. All right. Okay. Great. No, Fahmi doesn't. Now, what do we need to do as students and as parents? And when do we need to start? Let's answer the second question first. You need to start as soon as possible. Okay? And I see people asking me questions. Habiba, I'll give you time for questions, please. Let's just finish the thought. As soon as possible. This is when you should start. As soon as possible. Why? Because the stronger your story is, اللي هنقدم بيها للجامعة, the longer your story is, the better. بمعنى أصح, أنا لما أحكي للجامعة إن أنا أنجزت حاجات في حياتي من 8th grade و 9th grade و 10th grade و 11th grade و 12th grade, دلوقتي بقدم على الجامعة بقالي 5 سنين, I'm building something, أحسن بكتير ما أجي وأقول لهم أوكي أنا لسه فايق من شهرين and this is what I did قبل ما أقدم على الجامعة على طول. So the earlier you start the better. ماشي. إيه بقى الحاجات اللي لازم نركز فيها؟ 3 حاجات. They're just 3 things. They're so easy. Number 1, your school GPA and your school courses. So let's call it school. Number 2, SAT or ACT. Number 3, your essay, your extracurriculars, you. So basically I call it 3 حاجات دول كالآتي, ركزوا معايا من فضلكم. أول حاجة school, تاني حاجة SAT or ACT. Number 3, you. أنت حضرتك. تمام؟ طيب نبدأ بالسكول. What do I need to do in school علشان أضمن إن I can get a good place in a good university? Number 1, you have to get good grades and you have to choose difficult, challenging courses. طيب. Let's first take good grades. What are good grades? The highest grades you can get. أغلب الجامعات الكبيرة بيبقى المينيمم جي بي اي عندها 3.8 3.9 وساعات منهم بيبقى المينيمم 4. If you don't get, يعني if you don't have a 4 you don't have a chance. بس يعني let's say 90%, okay, 92%, 95%, this should be the minimum percentage بتاعي في المدرسة every year, okay, which is equivalent to a GPA between 3.7 and 4. خلاص. Now, بس wait a minute. What kind of courses should I choose? أنا عندي اختيار. I can choose المواد اللي هدرسها. Universities, especially competitive ones, like to see high-level courses اللي هي في أمريكا عندنا اسمها AP. So if you can take AP courses, take as many AP courses as you can handle, تقدر تجيب فيهم درجات عالية. So let's take an example. Let's say we have Judy and we have Theodora, okay? Judy and Theodora, الاثنين عندهم options to take AP classes. Now, Mirella, welcome. It's great to see you here. Let's say in Judy hates biology. She's really bad for biology. And Theodora loves biology. I would tell Theodora definitely take AP biology. بس جودي حولها don't take AP biology. Why? عشان لو جودي خدت AP biology وهي ما بتحبش البيولوجي وهي ضعيفة جدا في البيولوجي, what's going to happen? She'll basically fail the course or get a really poor score, and that's not good. So احنا عايزين نجيب سكور عالي. So نختار مادة ال AP اللي هي الهاي ليفل مادة في الحاجة اللي احنا شاطرين فيها، حاجة اللي احنا بنفهم فيها، حاجة اللي احنا بنحبها. Alright? طيب how many APs should I take? You should take between 2 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, that's okay. ماشي، ده يعني ال average is somewhere between 2 and 5 for most students. بس at least 2 would be good. ماشي؟ Now, so نختار مواد high level AP في حاجة أنا شاطر فيها. نحاول نجيب scores دايما في ال 92 95% as a minimum. So overall GPA بتاعي يبقى between 3.7 and 4. That would be great. خلاص؟ So that's school. Now, there's also something really important here. Okay, ركزوا معايا ثواني. Foreign languages. عملنا بحث ولقينا إن أغلب الجامعات الكبيرة في أمريكا بتدي لود زيادة، يعني بتدي درجات زيادة let's say للطلبة اللي بياخدوا foreign languages في المدرسة. So حضرتك you know some Arabic، أنت من أصل عربي، أو أنت أساساً international student وعايش في السعودية مثلا. So you know you're really good في العربي. So saying انك انت بتاخد عربي وانك انت شاطر في العربي وتجيب درجات عالية في العربي ده مهم جدا. يعني some people actually this is really interesting because some people تلاقيه مثلا هو طالب عربي وعايش في السعوديه ودرجاته حلوه جدا في المدرسه وفي العربي درجاته وحشه قوي، يقول لك انا نظام امريكي وانا داخل جامعه في امريكا why should I اركز في العربي. No, actually they actually look على الفورين language, and the more foreign languages you take and the better scores you have for foreign languages, it really makes a difference. Okay, so foreign languages, most strong universities prefer 4 years of foreign languages. يعني grade 9 و10 و11 و12 نبقى في كل سنه من دول بناخد foreign language. ويا ريت يكون one language خدناها في الاربع سنين بكل الليفلز بتاعتنا، يعني we mastered اللغه دي. ويا ريت يبقى في كمان an additional language. So let's say انا من اصل عربي, so I'll take Arabic في grade 9, هاخد Arabic في grade 10, هاخد Arabic في grade 11, هاخد Arabic في grade 12. وصلت الهاي ليفل في العربي جدا, that's really good. If you can also take 4 years or 3 years or 2 years even Spanish أو French أو German أو Chinese, حاجة زي كده, that's still going to be very beneficial. Now, this is important because الجامعات بتدور دايما على الاسبكت الانترناشونال عندها وعلى طلبة who are more likely to succeed in the workforce in the world after they're done locally in the US and internationally. So having a passion for learning about other cultures and other languages and so on is really, really important. ماشي؟ طيب شباب, again, I see people are asking a lot of questions. I can't answer the questions now. Please hold on to your questions. I promise I'll answer everybody. ماشي؟ خلاص يبقى نلخص بسرعة علشان نقدر ندخل جامعة في أمريكا كويسة. What do we need to do في المدرسة? We need to take challenging courses, which are AP courses, high-level courses, as many as we can handle. 2 is the minimum, 5 is really, really good. نختار المواد اللي أنا شاطر فيها, اللي عارف إن هجيب فيها سكور حلو. طيب, what if الجامعة بتاعتي أنا, okay, أو sorry, المدرسة بتاعتي مش بتقدم AP courses. I don't have that option. It's fine. Just take the highest level courses in your school that you can take and score high. Overall GPA بتاعي should be between 3.7 and 4. Shoot for 92-95% as a minimum for كل الcourses اللي بناخدها, and you'll be fine. Additionally, if you're looking for competitive universities, they also like to see foreign languages being studied in high school. 4 years, 9, 10, 11, 12 of foreign languages is really, really good. The formula would be not to take many different languages شوية صغير. So ما حدش ياخد Spanish في سنة, French في سنة, German في سنة, Italian في سنة, ويقول بصوا أنا بعرف أتكلم 4 لغات. No. Okay, you want to take one language the whole 4 years, كل levels بتاعتها as much as you can, علشان تبين انك انت you mastered اللغة دي. If you can take an additional language كمان, that would be super, super, super. Okay? ماشي people? Now, a little caveat here, little caveat. لو أنا طالب international, okay, يعني لو أنا مصري وعايش في مصر وبقدم على الجامعة في أمريكا وبقول لهم إن أنا في ال4 سنين بتوع الهاي سكول خدت foreign language اللي هي Arabic, that's not going to be impressive. Why? لأنك أنت مصري وعايش في مصر وهم عارفين إن your mother tongue is Arabic, your first language is Arabic, دي اللغة اللي بتتكلم بيها طول عمرك من ساعة ما فلما تقول لهم أنا بدرس عربي بقالي 4 سنين في المدرسة, that's not impressive. بالعكس, ده أنت كده ممكن تكون يعني بتضحك عليهم يعني. Okay? ماشي? So try to actually learn a new language. تمام. طيب let's say ان انا مستر كريم فعلا انا عايش في مصر، وفعلا اهلي مصريين وكل حاجه، بس انا بجد ما كنتش بعرف عربي خالص. انا كنت عايش طول عمري بره، جيت مصر على جريد 9 ما بتكلمش عربي خالص، and اتعلمت العربي من البدايه فعلا كاني اجنبي. then you can say it في الابلكيشن بتاعك. even though I'm originally from Egypt, my parents are Egyptian, I never learned Arabic as a child because we used to live in Slovenia مثلا, and my parents never spoke Arabic with me. So when I started ninth grade in Egypt, I took Arabic, I took high level Arabic, I became very fluent in Arabic. يبقى تبين لهم انك فعلا تعبت عشان توصل للحاجة دي. ماشي؟ All right. So here's one thing. Okay? Here's one thing. Now, number two is الجامعة. للجامعة is ال SET أو ال ACT. And this is so important يا حضرات. So important. Okay? الأسئلة هجاوب عليها في الآخر والله. ماشي؟ ال SAT وال ACT, one or the other. Either one, SAT or ACT. Right now, I recommend SAT. So if you're applying the university في أمريكا, the new digital SAT is the best option available. But you can take the ACT instead. They're both equivalent. So سواء SAT أو ACT, very important لما نيجي نقدم على الجامعة. حتى لو الجامعة بتقول إنه مش important, حتى لو الجامعة بتقول إنه مش إجباري. Number one, هو كان إجباري. ايام الكوفيد جامعات كتيره خلته مش اجباري او لغته من الريكويرمنتس because of COVID. After COVID, بعد ما خلص, بدات الجامعات ترجع الريكويرمنت بتاع الاس اي تي او الاي سي تي, especially الجامعات الصعبه الكبيره. And this is happening now, okay? And I'm pretty sure next year and the following year the trend will continue, and most universities will require the SAT or ACT. But so why do I take the SAT test or the ACT test even if I am applying to a university that says it is test optional or test blind؟ يعني مش مهم ان انت تقدم لي درجات ال SAT او ال ACT. Because المشكله في الجامعه في امريكا اللي ناس كتيره مش واخده بالها منها, ان اللي بيقول لك اذا كنت انت هتدخل الجامعه دي ولا لا, yes يا الاء, بس for another reason, is an actual human being or a group of human beings. All right? It's not a computer that looks at your scores وبعدين بيدخلك او مش بيدخلك الجامعه. ده فرق كبير جدا الناس مش قادره تستوعبه هنا في امريكا. There's an actual person or a group of people who will decide whether or not to admit you to the university. Now, if these people have only one place left, imagine ان انا دلوقتي I'm an admissions officer for Harvard and I only have one more place left. خلاص ملينا البليسز بتاعت السنه دي, وقدامي طارق خالد and هنا احمد. Okay, I can see both of them here in front of me على الزوم. طارق خالد وهنا احمد, الاثنين they're applying and I need to choose only one. I have to. I can't choose two. We don't have, ما عندناش كرسي ليهم. Okay? And both of them are very similar. الاثنين شاطرين, الاثنين اتخرجوا من مدارس كويسه, الاثنين واخدين AP courses, الاثنين الجي بي اي بتاعهم شبه بعض جدا, الاثنين عندهم application شكله كويس. They can both really, يعني I can choose either one. Okay? The best way, the safest way بالنسبة لي أنا كadmissions officer to choose one of the two, طارق أو هنا, is to use something that is objective, حاجة موضوعية, not something subjective. يعني I don't use my personal opinion, إنما I use something that has nothing to do with my personal opinion to be safe, علشان ما يجيش الباص بتاعي ويقول لي انت ايه اللي خلاك تختار هنا مش طارق, عشان ما يجيش حد يقول لي هو انت واخد رشوة منهم, هو انت تعرف هنا, هي هنا دي تقرب لك, علشان ما احطش نفسي في موقف شبهة. I will choose the one that has the more objective advantage. And what is that objective advantage? SET scores. So Tariq Khalid, Hannah Ahmed, both geniuses, both very good. They're both very similar. I can choose either one. Tariq Khalid gave 1400 out of 1600 for the SAT. وهنا gave a 1500 out of 1600. So she wins. She got 100 points more. I'll just admit her. Okay? طيب. On the other hand, let's say in أنا admissions officer وقدامي 100 students مش اتنين. حلو. I want to read الessays بتاعت 100 students دول وابص عليهم. بس I know I can only admit like 10 out of the 100. So I only have like 10%. بدل ما اقعد اقرا every single application وessay, I can start by filtering them. واقول انا هختار احسن ناس الاول ابص عليها وبعدين همشي للناس اللي اقل. طب احسن ناس دي ازاي انا اقدر اسورت ال100 بني ادم دول مين فيهم احسن من غير ما اقرا كل تفاصيل كل واحد فيهم؟ How can I do it really quickly? By looking at the SAT or ACT scores بتاعتهم. Okay, I'll just rank them بالSAT scores. هخلي ال100 دول مترتبين، اللي جايب سكور اعلى الاول واللي جايب سكور اوطى في الاخر. Then I'm going to start reviewing the whole 100 because I have to. It's my job. لازم اقراهم كلهم. بس I already have a bias للمجموعه اللي في الاول عشان هم جايبين سكورز اعلى فههتم بيهم زياده. And بعد ما اعدي 20 30 طالب وفي منهم كتير قوي شكلهم كويس هكروت في الحبه اللي فاضلين. You get it? So the SAT is really important. Now for really competitive universities زي الIvy League وكده SAT is أساسي or ACT. يعني لو انت جايب اقل من 1500 من 1600, if you're under 1500 out of 1600, you probably have no chance whatsoever انك تقبل في حاجه زي هارفارد مثلا or MIT probably. Okay, so it's very important. يبقى school, SAT, ACT, really really important. And number 3 is you. Now let's talk about you. في أي دولة تانية في العالم you doesn't make a difference. بس في أمريكا it can make a huge difference. يعني إيه؟ يعني لو أنا هقدم على جامعة في مصر وناقصني just 1 درجة 1 point علشان أدخل الجامعة دي، حد هيعمل لي أي حاجة؟ Will anybody say يا حرام ده مهم جدا so we're gonna give her the ده الولد ده صعبان عليا ده شاطر جدا ده فرقت معاه على درجة واحدة خلاص احنا هنديله this 1 درجة وندخله الكلية؟ No, they won't. It's all done automatically. It's a number. If you get it, you go in. If you don't get that number, you don't get in. إنما في أمريكا, they actually look at you, the student. And there are cases where you can have bad scores في المدرسة. You can have low SAT scores. And you can still get admitted into a great university. Why? علشان they will actually look at who you are. There are other cases, خدوا بالكم, where you might be a genius and the top of your class who gave GPA 4.0 and you scored 1600 out of 1600 في ال SAT. But you is bad. Okay? مش you are bad. You is bad. So they won't let you in الجامعة. You get it? So you, the you portion is really important. طيب, إيه بقى you? Let's think about it. Everybody, ready? الجامعة عايزة تدخل طالب هي تستفيد منه. ازاي الجامعة هتستفيد منك؟ نركز. الجامعة تستفيد منك number 1 بإنك هتفضل مكمل ال4 سنين أو ال5 سنين بتوع الجامعة كلهم. You will not drop out. You will probably study hard and get a high GPA when you graduate. You will probably go on after graduation to work في مجال حلو, get a good job, climb the ladder في الjob world, become an entrepreneur, become someone rich, become someone famous. This is what they want. Again, the university is looking for a student who will benefit the university. They're looking for a student who will not drop out and will continue the whole 4 or 5 years of college. Number 2, someone who will likely get a good GPA in college. Number 3, someone who will probably become successful after university in the job market, in entrepreneurship, in art, in sports, will be someone rich, will be someone famous. Why do they want someone who will not drop out and who will get a high GPA? Because this affects the ranking of the university. الجامعة الرانكينج بتاعها على مستوى أمريكا بيعتمد على عدد الطلاب اللي بيسيبوا الجامعة في النص الدراسة وعدد الطلاب اللي بيكملوا بيستحملوا للآخر. بتعتمد على الدرجات بتاعتهم، بتعتمد على حاجات تانية كتير بس دول حاجات ملموسة مهمة. طيب لما انت تتخرج من الجامعة وتصبح شخص مشهور، انت كده بتعمل دعاية للجامعة. يعني لما حضرتك تتخرج من الجامعة وتبقى محمد صلاح. Everybody knows who Muhammad Salah is? Yes, you all do. Mo Salah. If we all know that Muhammad Salah graduated from Harvard, for example, okay? مش every single time محمد صلاح يطلع يعمل لقاء يكسب ماتش يكسب كاس يكسب حاجة we're reminded من الميديا ومن الحاجات دي كلها ان محمد صلاح who played soccer in Harvard, the Harvard graduate محمد صلاح did كذا. It's دعاية للجامعة. طب what if you're really rich? It's very likely that you will donate money للجامعة. So that's what they want. طيب, right now you're 16 years old, you're 17 years old, you're 15, you're 18. How in the world will the university know that you will become you'll stay for the whole 5 years, you'll graduate with a good GPA, you'll be successful in your future as an entrepreneur, as an employee, as an artist, as something like that? How are they going to know? They will look for certain traits, certain characteristics. هيدوروا على حاجات معينة في شخصيتك. طيب أنا بقى لازم أبين لهم الحاجات اللي هم بيدوروا عليها علشان يختاروني. طب إيه الحاجات دي؟ I call them cage. Cage. C A G E. Cage. Okay? Cage. طيب, who can guess what CAGE stands for? So it's an acronym. We have C, we have A, we have G, we have E. Who can tell me? Guess. Just guess any one or two or three of them. C, A, G, E. Okay, Omar Sarhan, good one. Omar got the first one. Come on, people. Who's going to tell me? All right, excellent. كله يركز معي. In order to show the university that I, as a student, will potentially become a successful student in the university and will become a potential successful person in the workforce after I graduate, عندي acronym لأربع حاجات لازم نعملهم. C A G E, cage, زي القفص, cage. Now C is commitment. عايز تبين لهم انك انت عندك commitment. يعني ايه commitment؟ التزام. اوكي, مثابرة, perseverance. انك بتقدر تصحى كل يوم الصبح تعمل حاجة معينة for a long period of time. Commitment. طيب, let's here take a few examples عشان نفهم يعني ايه commitment. Alright? Commitment معناها ان لازم ابين لهم ان انا عندي الالتزام بالحاجة اللي انا بعملها. فلما بنيجي نقول الاكسترا كوريكولرز، الحاجات اللي احنا بنعملها، هنقول لهم ايه؟ هنقول لهم انا بصحى كل يوم بقالي 12 سنة زي ما طارق بيقول وبروح المدرسة. I'm committed للمدرسة. Okay, and so is everybody else. Okay, I got it. So I have to be committed to something different than other people. Okay. من شهرين بالضبط بدأت أتعلم سكوبا دايفنج. اوكي, بتعلم ازاي اعمل سكوبا دايفنج, غطس. بقالي شهرين بحالهم بتعلم الغطس. هل ده يبين للجامعة ان في عندك commitment؟ No. طب let's take another one. السنة اللي فاتت في الصيف قعدت شهرين بتعلم سكوبا دايفنج, and then بعد كده بطلت سكوبا دايفنج بقى وتعلمت السوكر for 3 شهور. then بطلت السوكر and then اتعلمت الباسكتبول for 4 شهور. You understand? And this is, and you think it's good. أنا بعرف أعمل سوكر وبعرف أعمل سكوبا دايفنج وبعرف أعمل باسكتبول. That's not good. Why? Because أولا you're indecisive زي ما آلاء is saying, but you don't have what? Commitment. You're not committed to something. Which means, and it's very likely انك لما تدخل الجامعة وتلاقي الشغل بتاع الجامعة صعب وتلاقي ان في عندك كورسز صعبة, تغير الجامعة, تروح جامعة تانية. Okay, you drop out. That's not what they want. They want you to continue. So you want to show them commitment. So عايز اقول لهم ان انا بقالي 10 سنين بتمرن بيانو every single day وبدخل مسابقات كل سنة. أنا بقالي 5 سنين بعمل scuba diving. بقالي 3 سنين بعمل الحاجة دي. You want longer time. That's why I was saying in the earlier you start, the better. You understand? For everybody. أي حد بيسأل when should I start? Just start now. Because you need every single day. Okay? Every single day counts because you want to show and you have commitment. And the best way to show that you have commitment is time. Type. An important question from Lemma. What if I'm in 10th grade right now and I don't have any commitment to anything yet? What do? You start right now. علشان لما تقدمي في 12th grade يبقى عندك commitment بقالها سنتين. All right? حلو قوي. Okay. So number 1 is commitment. Number 2, A, authenticity. يعني ايه authenticity؟ يعني choose activities that are authentic to you. حاجات بجد انت عايز تتعلمها. حاجات بجد انت عايز تعملها. يعني ما حدش يعمل حاجة علشان خاطر مطلوب منه يعملها أو قالوا له يعملها. You have to show them that you're doing something you really like. Do you understand? يعني for example أنا مثلا ماليش أي علاقة بكرة القدم خالص. I don't watch soccer اللي هو football for people in Europe, soccer for people in America. I barely know who Mohamed Salah is. I'm being truthful, okay? I used to watch a few matches here and there maybe 20 years ago, بس يعني ماليش في الكورة خالص. Okay, I like basketball very much, بس soccer no. لما اجي انا اعمل application للجامعة واقول لهم ان انا I volunteered في الماتش بتاع اللوكال soccer team علشان ألم لهم الكور لما بتطلع بره مثلا. It's not authentic خالص to me. I didn't say anything in my whole application that says ان انا بفهم اي حاجه في السoccer عملت اي حاجه في حياتي في السoccer. Why in the world would I go volunteer علشان ألم كوره في a local soccer match? Doesn't make any sense. It's not authentic. باينه قوي انك بتحاول تعمل اي حاجه وخلاص علشان تخلص. بتعمل اي حاجه وخلاص علشان when you apply to university just tell them, well, I did volunteer. No. Okay, let's take this in another way. What do? I teach, right? I'm a teacher. Then if I were to volunteer something of my time in order to impress the university, it would make the most sense to volunteer something that has to do with teaching. I like to teach. I've been teaching for many years, so my volunteer work should be around teaching. Okay? Alaa has very high scores في biology, في AP biology في school. She got really good scores في biology contest اللي دخلتها. And Alaa volunteered to go teach biology or tutor biology للstudents اللي في middle school فمش عارف فين. It makes sense. It's authentic. It's real. Okay? So commitment, مدة طويلة, التزام. Number 2, authenticity has to be something that is real for you, not something that you just, قررت تعملها because your friends told you should do it. Something that makes sense, something that you are likely to actually benefit from because this is what they want. They want you to do things هتفيدك في حياتك. Okay? Number 3, G, growth. This is really important. Growth. لازم يشوفوا إن الحاجة اللي احنا بنعملها is growing. All right? Do you understand? So it's like, I've been playing soccer for 10 years. Okay, and ولا حاجة. I just go every day and I play soccer for 10 years. That's it? That's it. There has to be growth. لازم يكون في حاجة بتكبر. لازم يكون في حاجة بنسميها leadership. أنا بلعب سoccer بقالي 10 سنين. من 5 سنين بقيت التيم كابتن. من 2 أصبحت المشرف على السoccer عندنا في الكلاب بتاعنا. السنة اللي فاتت I was the representative للستيت بتاعتنا في soccer tournament of مش عارف إيه. يعني they have to see that you are growing, that you are improving, that you're becoming higher في level أو rank بتاعك. That's very important because that's what they want to see as a trait that will likely mean that you in the future after you graduate from college will become a leader, will become successful and so on. Okay, guys? طيب. So C, commitment. A, authenticity. G, growth, leadership. And آخر واحدة E, effect. And this is so important. They want to see that the things you do have an effect on your community, on the world, on your family, okay, on your team. لازم الحاجة اللي نعملها يبقى لها effect. يعني ما ينفعش ان انا اقول لهم ان انا I go volunteer في الفود بانك اللي هو بنوزع اكل مثلا، ولا الفود بانتري في اللوكال نون بروفيت بتاع اللي عندنا في الستيت بتاعتنا. انا بروح هناك و I help them out و I volunteer. Okay, it's good, but there has to be an effect of your work. So I volunteered في الحاجة دي, and we were able to feed over 1,000 people in just 1 month. أول ما أنا دخلت في الكلub ده and I volunteered, they were basically feeding about 500 people a month. بس I made a plan وعملت لهم حاجة تبقى more efficient, وعملت جدول معين, and I got more of my friends. I enlisted my friends إن هم يجوا يساعدوا, and we were able بعد only 3 months إن إحنا نزود الأوتبوت بتاعنا من 500 ل 1000. And now they're implementing الخطة اللي أنا عملتها في other فروع للفود كيتشن دي ولا الفود pantry دي all over the state in order to reach. This is what they want. They want to see there's an effect من الحاجة اللي أنا عملتها. Okay, so لما نفكر في الاكسترا كوريكولرز بتاعتي، المواد الحاجات سوري اللي بره المدرسه اللي انا هعملها، لازم افكر في ان يبقى فيها حاجه فيها كوميتمنت، تبقى اوثنتيك، تبقى حاجه بجد انا بحبها، تبقى فيها جروث اقدر ان انا ابين ان انا كبرت فيها او كبرتها، واخر حاجه يبقى لها افكت على الناس اللي حواليا. اخر حاجه هقولها في النقطه دي before I answer your questions guys. Can I turn a hobby into an impressive extracurricular أقدم بيها على الجامعة؟ Can I? Yes, I can. Okay? But you have to be really smart. Let me give you a couple of examples that just pop into my head دلوقتي. Number one, let's say إن أنا I like to plant. بحب أزرع. So we have البالكوني بتاعتنا في البيت. I got 10 pots. حطيت فيهم soil وجبت انواع مختلفه من السيدز واي planted ال 10 pots دول وسقيتهم وخدت بالي منهم, and now I have 10 healthy plants species مختلفه من الفلاور بتاعت الجاسمين فلاور اللي ما اعرفش حاجه كده, something you're interested in and you like. It's just a hobby. How can this become an extracurricular اقولها للجامعه؟ ان انا بحب البوتني وعايز ادخل ادرس الكلام ده, بس هقول لهم بس ان انا بحب ازرع, سواء جبت بوتس حطيت فيها سيدز وبتاع, it's not impressive. اعمل ايه؟ أول حاجة أو حاجتين that I would actually try to encourage you to do is turn it into a group project, و number 2 document it. يبقى أعمل إيه؟ هاجي وأقول بدل ما أنا هزرع ال 10 plants دول, أنا هجمع مجموعة من my friends, أو هروح أتكلم مع المدرسة بتاعتي وأطلب منهم إن إحنا نعمل البلانتنج بتاع ده as a school project مع الطلبة الصغيرين, مع elementary students, وأنا هشرف عليهم, and I'm going to teach them how to plant السيدز بطريقة صحيحة. وفي المدرسة أنا هشتري على حسابي pots وهشتري soil وهشتري الحاجات دي كلها, وهنعمل جزء في المدرسة نزرع فيه الحاجات دي, وأنا هعلم الطلبة الصغيرين دول إزاي يعملوها and so on. And المدرسة will probably say yes. And then what did you just do? You started a community project في الcommunity بتاعتك. You started a school project. You led over 20 elementary school students في ان هم يحبوا الزراعة, and you taught them ازاي يزرعوا, and عملنا our first school مش عارف ايه. وكل الكلام اللي اتعمل ده اتكتب وتصور, وعملت بيه ويب سايت, وعملت بيه فيسبوك بيج, عملت بيه انستجرام اكاونت اسمه planting الاء. Okay, plantingala.com. حطيت عليه كل التفاصيل بتاعت البروجكت بتاعنا. Now your little hobby became an actual impressive extracurricular. It showed that you're committed. Okay, it took time and you got people to join you, and قلت للمدرسة, so عملنا حاجة. Okay, it's authentic. I really love plants, and they know about me that I love plants من كلامي عن نفسي. فيها growth. It started as an idea only أنا. We had like 2 students من elementary school, they wanted to join us, بس في نهاية السنة الدراسية we had over 20, so growth. Okay, effect. Now المدرسة بتاعتنا has a lovely garden. بنزرع فيها different types of herbs, different types of vegetables, and مش عارف. This has had an effect on. Do you understand? So all of these things can actually help really, really well. And I think you can think this way of how to do something like that. Okay? تمام. So that's just one idea. I'm not going to give you more ideas now. So somebody else saying, I like to draw. Okay, I'm an artist. Okay, very good. This is so easy. Okay, being an artist is so easy. Who is an artist here? Come on. I know Yasmin is, Omar is, I think. Who else? Come on, who's an artist who likes to draw? Either draw actually paper and pencil or a paintbrush or digitally. Come on. So we have Rowan, we have Hannah, we have Judy, um, we have Tariq, we have Yusuf. All right, excellent job. Lama Amir is saying, does video editing count? Definitely, Lama. So you have some kind of art. What do? You document it, number one. Facebook page, Instagram account. ثواني حضرات. Facebook page, Instagram account, TikTok account, website, and website is very important. And you make a portfolio, you put your drawings, you put your designs, you put your stuff over there. And you tell the university that you have a website اسمه كذا حاطط عليه كل الشغل بتاعي محمد شافعي بعمل coding بعمل games. You put كل الحاجات دي in a place online. Now, what else do? You also volunteer to teach other people how to do the thing you know how to do. So I'm going to teach kids, you're going to choose kids, ages kaza to kaza, how to draw using pencil. I'm going to teach adults how to code games. I'm going to teach teenagers how to do 3D designs and 3D drawings using kaza. And you invite your friends, your family, you tell people اللي في المدرسة, you tell me to share with my students, and you offer this thing and you have a Zoom meeting with them and you explain الحاجة دي ليهم. And then لما نيجي نقدم على الجامعة هنقول لهم ان انا عملت over 20 100 drawings. عملنا every month بعمل a free Zoom class teenagers ages كذا لكذا to teach them how to draw. The first time we did this, we had like 2-3 students joining us. After 12 months commitment of doing البتاع ده every single month, in our last Zoom session, we had over 100 students come to learn ازاي ان هم يرسموا الحاجات دي. I have a section على الويب سايت بتاعي فيها drawings بتاعت الستودنتس بتاعتي. I'm really passionate about art and so on. This is what they want. Okay. Yasmin is saying, طب can I teach kids Arabic in the mosque مثلا هنا في أمريكا? Yes, definitely. That's great. You teach them Arabic. Try to teach more students Arabic. Try to offer something online with the same students or different students where you can do something once a month to teach them Arabic, how to practice Arabic. Try to make games زي اللي احنا بنعملها في السيشنز بتاعتنا للstudents to learn Arabic and document all this. Take videos, take screenshots, take photos of the actual interaction مع الطلبة. Make a website, okay? Call it yasminteachesarabic.com, all right? And put it there and so on. So anything you guys do can actually be documented, can be expanded, and can be used as an extra curricular. All right? You get it, guys? Okay. Okay, Lema is saying she's starting an English course for her cousins. Does that work? Definitely, Lema. But if it's just you teaching your cousins for a whole year, not so good. But if it started with you teaching your cousins and then it ended with you teaching over 20 students, including your cousins, and making short videos of el teaching, then putting them on TikTok and getting 1,000 views per month on my videos. Okay. I started a YouTube channel فيها Arabic lessons or English lessons اللي أنا بعلمها لmy cousins. حطيتها على YouTube channel and now we have over 500,000 views in just the past 24 months. All of this is very, very impressive. Okay. And you actually tell them I have a website, I have a YouTube channel, اسمها كذا. They will actually go look and see that you're a real person who did something real. مش حد بيضحك عليهم. Okay. So all of this is very important. And it's important for you because it's going to make you smarter. It's going to make you better. It's going to give you more experience. Even if you don't end up using الحاجة دي للجامعة per se, it will actually make you a better person. Now, let me just tell you something really interesting here. Okay. Very interesting. Do you know Khan Academy? Now you all should, because أي حد preparing for the SAT should be using Khan Academy for el prep بتاعه if you're not taking our course. So if you're taking our course, I still think you should do Khan Academy after the course. If you're not going to take our course, if you're not taking our course, you should definitely do Khan Academy. Now, Khan Academy, how did it start? Sal Khan, which is the guy who does all the videos, the founder of Khan Academy, actually started by tutoring two of his cousins, just like you, two of his cousins, online math. That's it. And after some time حط الفيديوز اللي كان بيعلم الكازنز بتوعه ماث بيها على يوتيوب. مره لقى ناس كتيره بتتفرج على الفيديوز بتاعته، بتسيب له كومنتس حلوه قوي وبتقول له بليز اعمل لنا كمان الدرس الفلاني، بليز اعمل لنا كمان geometry، بليز اعمل لنا كذا. So he started making those videos, putting them for free, and then all of a sudden he had thousands of videos, millions of followers, and he started Khan Academy. Okay, so it's inspiring. You won't reach that level because you only have 2, 3, 4 years now. But if you reach any kind of growth and have any kind of positive effect, great. And آخر حاجة يا شباب, I'm going to say here, then I'm going to start looking at your questions here, but just focus on this because this is really important. Do you know how lucky you all are being in this situation now, today? Look at me, guys. Come on, let's just focus. Now, we have 90 people live on Zoom, and we have a lot more on TikTok right now. And I'm standing here, I'm not sitting down, I'm standing here in North Carolina, and I have people from Texas, from New York, from New Jersey, from California. Did I miss anybody? People in the US, Virginia, thank you, Rahab. And I have people from Cairo, from Riyadh, Tennessee, Ines, sorry, okay, Pennsylvania, Iman, Theodora in the Emirates, okay, UAE, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Elmaz in Massachusetts, Lamaz in Mecca, Judy's in Kuwait, okay? So we have people from all over the world, and we're all together, and we're doing this real time, and you can all hear me perfectly, you can all see me perfectly, and I'm just having a positive effect on over 90 people. I don't know how many we have on TikTok, so let's say we have at least over, let's say 100, 200 people right now, just with a click of a button. It's that easy. So any one of you, أي حد فيكم عايز يقدم على جامعة في أمريكا وعايز يimpress them بأنه بيعمل حاجة في حياته غير المدرسة، ما يقولش أصل أنا المدرسة عندي ما فيهاش activities، أصل أنا ما عنديش رياضة بلعبها، أصل. You can just find anything you are good at and just teach it to people online and be consistent. Commitment, consistency, see. And that's it. And just record, take snapshots, take screenshots, put it on a website, put it somewhere, and that's it. بس خلاص. You can teach them to draw, you can teach them to plant, you can teach them Arabic, you can teach them English, you can help them with math, you can teach them to code, you can teach them how to become better gamers at a certain game. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and you can actually, the only thing you do in your life that you're successful in is in you play FIFA على the PlayStation, and you're really good at it. You can just simply make a live Zoom meeting, live TikTok, live YouTube once a week, once a month to give tips للgamers how to become أشطر في الفيفا. And that's it. And you're going to get some views, then you're going to get some subscribers, then it's going to grow, and you can just tout this as an achievement when you apply للجامعة. Iman Suleiman is saying, my son loves cooking. Oh, well, great. He can teach people how to cook certain things. He can give them his perspective on cooking. He can do it on YouTube. He can do it on Facebook. He can do it on TikTok. He can do it on Zoom. He can do it anywhere he likes. That's it. Okay? Easy? All right. Inshallah. All right. And yes, Theodora, definitely. Now, Theodora's talking about, she actually does things that are physical. So she makes hair products. Okay. So she mixes things together and makes hair products, something that she can sell in a jar, for example. Now, can she turn this into a community project, into something to impress universities? Yes. You can do it by actually starting a business, and starting a business is so good because if you start a business and you're successful, it means you're very successful in anything you touch. So you'll probably be a successful student, successful graduate. So you can do it and sell it online, sell it at your local place, wherever that is. Or alternatively, Theodora, you can do exactly what I was just talking about. Online, teaching people how to mix certain things in certain amounts to have certain effects on hair, on skin, and so on. Okay? All right. All right, guys. So let's start taking your questions here. Remember, after we're done with the questions, all current students can take a break. All new students and parents, I'm going to talk to you about our new course. And then after that, we're going to have a reading session together, inshallah. So I'm going to start with the questions I have right now. Right now, okay? Anybody who wrote a question prior to this, please write it one more time in the chat, in the comments, and I'm going to try to answer everybody. So Lema is saying it's unreal. No way. A gaming coach? Yes, a gaming coach. It's great. Let me tell you a story really quickly. You all know Elon Musk, right? Everybody knows. Yeah, the richest man in the world, a genius, inventor, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and now probably somebody very important in the United States government. Now, do you know that one of the achievements of Elon Musk is that he is ranked number 20 in the whole world in the game Diablo? He's a gamer in his free time, which I don't know where he gets the free time from because he runs like 4 companies, major companies. He's actually ranked number 20 in the whole world. Okay. How impressive do you think that is when you actually tell a university that you're ranked number 200 out of 50,000 players who play this game all over the world? It is impressive. But how much more impressive would it be if you rank number 200 out of the 50,000 people and you have a YouTube channel where you teach people skills and tricks and hacks to become better gamers, and how you use gaming in order to help people who have ADHD focus, for example, how you use gaming to help people clear their thoughts and their minds and focus on important goals in their lives, how you use gaming as a way to coordinate hand and eye, something serious out of something that is fun, and you teach people. I think it's just a genius idea. All right. Muhammad al-Mabruk is saying, is going to community college for 2 years, then transferring a good idea, especially since it's way cheaper? And does it affect F1 acceptance rates? Now, this is a very complicated question. I really have no idea about the F1 acceptance rate at all. So anything related to visas, I really don't know at all. Okay. I've been living here my whole life, and most students I teach are able to get a visa and just come attend university. I've never had to actually deal with the actual visa process. I'm hoping to bring someone in and have a conversation, an interview with someone who might know more about this stuff, and hopefully it can benefit you. But for the first half of the question, though, there is an option to take to go to something called community college. Okay. للناس اللي ما تعرفش قوي السيستم في امريكا, community college جامعه, بس جامعه يعني محدوده شويه, بتاكسبت الطلبه بطريقه اسهل شويه, ما بتديش شهاده باتشلرز وماسترز وبي اتش دي زي الجامعه الكبيره. سو هي جامعه مصغره شويه, يعني حاجه اشبه بالمعهد مثلا في الدول العربيه. ممكن في امريكا طالب يدخل كوميونتي كولج لمده 2 سنين, يدرس فيها مواد شبه بتاعه الجامعه قوي, and then يترانسفير للجامعه الكبيره الحلوه اللي هو كان عايزها, والمواد اللي هو درسها في ال2 تتحسب له, ياخد عليها كريدت, سو يوفر 2 سنين. يعني basically انا let's say لازم اقعد 4 سنين في الجامعه. I can either take ال4 سنين دول في الجامعه الحلوه الغاليه مره واحده, or I can take اول 2 في community college and then transfer للجامعه الحلوه الغاليه and just take 2 years وفي الاخر اخد الشهاده من الجامعه الكبيره. That is doable, of course. Now, I think Mr. Muhammad, in the criteria for applying to the university after community college will be very similar to the criteria for applying in the first place. يعني I need to show ان انا في community college I was the top of my class, جايب GPA عالي قوي, كنت بجيب scores عالي قوي, I chose courses that are really impressive, and while I was in community college I did things for the community, I volunteered في حاجات, I taught other people. يعني برضو نبني نفس البورتفوليو بتاعنا ده علشان لما نيجي نترانسفير دي الجامعه برضو we have a good chance لجامعه كويسه. Okay, however this is not my يعني expertise, so I'm trying to give you my opinion, not my knowledge on this matter. آلاء بتقول I made trivia apps on code.org and it was on the school newsletter, but I stopped unfortunately. Now, this is very good, يا آلاء. It's really good. It's good that you did something and it was in the newsletter في المدرسة. It's not good that you stopped, okay? If there's anything you do and this thing is successful, you should continue. Remember, consistency, growth. So it's never too late to restart this thing. And it's never too late to take this opportunity to tout this restart in your life في الابلكيشن بتاع الجامعة. So basically لما اجي اقدم على الجامعة انا بكتب essay. And by the way, we have something super, super important for you all, okay? Miss Aya, my super assistant, my co-worker, my my right hand في كل حاجة, Miss Aya, as I said, graduated from University of Pennsylvania, one of the top universities في أمريكا, an Ivy League school, and she also studied في الجامعة writing. So her main study was writing, and متخرجة من Ivy League school. She will have a session that is free for all of you يوم الحد, Sunday 1 December إن شاء الله. And in this session, she will show you how to write a successful college application essay. She'll give you some samples, successful essays, and some examples, the failing essays. ليه الessays دي كانت حلوة, ليه الessays دي كانت وحشة. If you would like to join, okay, please send Miss Aya a message now, and she'll add you to a group chat, and then we will put the Zoom link there. So Miss Aya, if you please, write الكلمتين اللي أنا قلتهم دول with the day and time if you can في a message على Zoom, and let them send you a message and enroll them into a WhatsApp group chat. So it's going to be entirely free, Sunday 1 December. She's going to teach you how to write the college application essay. Now, this is a big process, and she does offer services بعد كده where she can help you and actually review your essay and sit with you one-on-one. That will be paid. But right now, she's doing this nice free session for everybody to attend عن الapplication essay. So anyway, لما بنيجي نقدم على الجامعه في امريكا, من ضمن اليو, فاكرين حته يو دي, بتكون ان انا اكتب اسي واقول للجامعه في الاسي دي انا مين وعملت ايه and so on. alright, طيب. now الاسي دي عايز يبقى فيها حاجات moving, حاجات touching, عايز انك انت تلفت انتباه الريدر بتاع الاسي. So one of the things you can do is what I was talking with Alaa about. ان الاء بتقول ان عملت حاجه على code.org وعملت ابس, والاب ده اتحط في النيوزليتر بتاع المدرسه وبعدين she stopped. okay, طيب, and after she stopped ايه اللي حصل؟ she started again from scratch. okay, and she learned new skills. and بعد ما الاب بتاعها المره اللي فاتت كان فيه 100 users, الاب الجديد بتاعها بقى فيه 100,000 users. وبعد ما كان المره اللي فاتت محطوط في النيوزليتر بتاع المدرسه, المره دي بقى محطوط في الناشونال نيوزبيبر في الصفحه الاولى. You understand? So it's an inspiring story. So you want to get some inspiring stuff to put into your essay. If there's something you did before and you stopped and you want to restart it, you can use that كمان for your benefit, and تبقى an inspiring story لل colleges. Okay. Amal Mansour is asking for Miss Aya's number on TikTok. It's +1 919 671 2822. All right. I hope so. All right, guys. طارق بيقول I was planning to do a YouTube course to teach animating. Should I? Definitely, طارق. And don't get discouraged يا شباب. بصوا, I'm not giving YouTube the full attention I should. Okay? But right now I have about 30,000 subscribers من غير ما اديله attention. When I started, I had 0 subscribers. Okay? So don't get discouraged. It's okay. Start the YouTube channel. You might get 1 view, 2 views, 1 subscriber. Doesn't make a difference. But by the time you apply to university, this is what matters. And you can get like 1 million subscribers overnight. So just start. All right. Fahmi, should you do this with hobbies that don't relate to what you want to do? Yes, of course. So this is a very important question. لما اجي اعمل الاكسترا curriculars بتاعتي, okay, حاضر, او اعمل الهوبيز بتاعتي اقلبها into something impressive للجامعة, should I only choose things related to الحاجة اللي انا عايز ادرسها في الجامعة, ولا should I choose things unrelated? You should choose whatever is authentic for you. Okay? Again, يعني أنا عايز أدرس في الجامعة business، عايز أدرس finance، فلوس، money، بس I actually like botany، I like planting. هل ينفع ان الاكسترا كوريكولرز بتاعتي تبقى لها علاقه بالزراعه وبتعليم الناس ازاي يزرعوا؟ Definitely yes. Even though it has nothing to do with finance, yes. And what people don't understand is all of us think in we as teachers and we as students and we as parents are smarter than the college admissions officers. احنا اذكى منهم، احنا هنضحك عليهم، احنا هنفكر في خدعة علشان نعمل حاجة نخليهم يقبلونا بيها. That's not true. They are very smart. الناس دول درسوا ازاي يبقوا college admissions officers. الناس دول خاصة لو في جامعة كبيرة have been working for years and years في الشغلانة دي. الناس دي have reviewed thousands and thousands and thousands of college application essays. They've read through thousands of high school students زيكم. They know a lot that you don't know. Okay? So you can't really trick them. You just need to be truthful. So لو أنا نفسي أدرس finance وعملت activity لها علاقة بالزراعة, that's okay if it's really something I want to do and if I'm able to show progress. طب هل ده معناه إني أبعد عن الحاجة اللي أنا عايز أدرسها؟ لا طبعا. يعني let's say you really like business and finance, that's something that's really interesting for you, okay? ينفع إن أنا volunteer في الشغل بتاع my father، او بلاش volunteer، حتى اشتغل مع my father paid. my father عنده مطعم مثلا، عنده سوبر ماركت، هروح وهشتغل عنده بفلوس، هراجع على الحسابات بتاعته كلها علشان اخليها more efficient، علشان اشيل حاجات مصاريف زياده بيصرفها ملهاش لازمه واوفر له في حاجات معينه، وفي النهايه اثبت ان في نهايه السنه I was able to save the business $10,000 مثلا. That would be great. اولا it's something good you did, it's something that you can showcase. ثانيا it's related للحاجه اللي انا عايز ادرسها اللي هي الفاينانس، يبقى definitely yes. So العبره في قوه الحاجه اللي بعملها. لو الحاجه اللي هعملها related لدراستي في الجامعه بعد كده that's very good. لو الحاجه دي مش related للجامعه بس it's something I really like و I am successful فيها very very good. اللي عايزين نبعد عنه ان احنا نعمل حاجه نص نص علشان يبقى اسمنا عملناها لا علاقه بالدراسه بتاعتنا وخلاص. That's not what they want to see. Okay? Ines, I have one question related to the course. I know it focuses mainly on SAT. In Tennessee, they go mostly by the ACT. My son joined the course last month. Will there be a specific portion of the course directed to ACT exam? All right, Ines, this is really important. We're going to talk about the course, but yes, we do have a new course coming up. بس قبل ما نتكلم عن الكورس هنخلص الأسئلة الأول وبعدين هنتكلم عن الكورس so my current students can take a break if they want. بس هنا سؤال مهم جدا. In Tennessee and in other states, they require an ACT as a requirement to graduate من المدرسة. صح إيناس؟ Mrs. Ines, صح? So he needs to take the ACT to graduate from school. If so, if that is the case, he just needs to pass the ACT. زي هنا مثلا عندنا في North Carolina, you just need to pass the ACT علشان تتخرج. بس ال actual score does not affect your GPA. حلو؟ then هاجي أقدم على الجامعة في تينيسي. الجامعة اللي في تينيسي University of Tennessee most probably هيقبلوا SAT or ACT الاثنين زي بعض، مش هتفرق معاهم. If that is the case, I think SAT is better. Not because our current course is SAT. Our current course is only SAT because we think the SAT, the current SAT, is better than the current ACT. Students have a better chance انهم يجيبوا score عالي, and it is a better test overall. It's easier, it's shorter, and so on. Now, that being said, next year, inshallah, not next year, next in the, how many? In like 4 months, في أمريكا, the ACT will change drastically. ال ACT هيتغير خالص كمان 3-4 شهور في أمريكا. Okay? We still don't know هيبقى شكله إيه. They still didn't release any actual tests. However, it seems it will be very similar lil current SAT. So if he will be taking the ACT after March or April of 2025, the SAT course is good enough for him, inshallah, until we know the ACT هيبقى شكله إيه. He might need some additional work, but I don't think it will be a lot. And in general, if he just needs ACT in order to graduate, let him take the ACT. I'm sure he'll get a good score. There's no problem there. بس لما يجي يقدم على الجامعة, the current SAT is probably better. Again, once I know exactly what the new ACT will have, I will let you all know. For international students, the ACT will change in September of 2025. For US students, it will change in March or April of 2025, inshallah. All right, Ala Tamer. My other best friend helps her niece who loves crocheting by making a crochet business on Instagram, and they actually sold people. There you go. So بتحب تعمل crochet, okay, and she taught people and she made a business on Instagram and صورت الحاجة and she sold it and she made profit. What should she do? Should she leave this altogether and start volunteering في local مش عارف ايه علشان تنظف لهم المطبخ بعد ما يخلصوا؟ No. She should double down on this and make another channel and make more videos and get other people to help her make more products and sell حاجة أكتر to show consistency, commitment, growth, etc. Excellent job. Okay, Tara is saying, what if my school doesn't have AP and courses that I can choose from? Like it's just a fixed schedule for every grade. Should I not do anything and continue and try to find a school with a lot and switch schools as soon as possible? Okay, so here's a good question. My school, his school yani, doesn't offer AP courses. Okay, no high-level courses, just everybody's taking the same regular courses. What should I do? You can either transfer to another school if this is convenient for you, if this is something you want to do. طب if I don't want to do that, I want to stay in my school, but I still want to show that I am يعني strong enough ان انا ادخل الجامعة دي. You can always take outside courses. You can actually take an AP course online, study المادة كلها ال AP لوحدك, okay, online, سواء live أو using videos and stuff like that. And there are a lot of resources. Search for them. I don't offer AP courses. And but most importantly, I want you to take ال AP test اللي هو بيبقى الكولج بورد عاملاه. So you need to first make sure ان في مدرسة في البلد اللي انت فيها بتقدم AP test بيبقى في شهر 5 في ماي, وان هم ممكن يخلوك تمتحن مع الطلبة بتوعهم. If you make sure ان كل ده is okay, you can take an online course في ال AP and go take ال AP test في المدرسة التانية. That will be impressive جدا, especially when you say في ال application essay بتاعك ان انا كان نفسي اتعلم AP biology because I love biology, I'm very passionate about biology, وان في المدرسه بتاعتي they don't offer AP subjects, so I looked for another school that offers an AP test and I took an online course and I studied by myself, where I was able to score a 5 out of 5. But that's very impressive for you. Okay. I have lived in Egypt my entire life, by the way. Also, what do I do for extracurriculars? What is even considered extracurricular? I just told you guys. الاكسترا هي الحاجة اللي انت بتعملها بره المدرسة. ممكن تبقى لاعب بيلعب رياضة كمحترف, حلوة جدا, اوكي, وعنده رانك محلي او دولي زي ما امل منصور بتقول. This is perfect. Okay, this is a huge extracurricular. يعني it can be only one thing. Yeah. ماشي, انا بلعب سبورت معينة, fencing مثلا, وعندي rank I'm number 5 على الستيت بتاعتي, I'm number 10 على الكونتري بتاعتي, وشاركت في بطولات دولية و I'm number 200 على مستوى العالم, and السنة اللي جاية هدخل ال World Championship وإن شاء الله I'm going to score. يعني you have this plan and you have consistency. This is good enough. Okay? You want to add more than one thing? Sure. يبقى رياضة, فن, business, volunteer, في حاجات كتير. We can talk about this in more details inshallah in the future, especially for those of you actually applying للجامعة. We can have like a consultancy حتى مع Miss Aya, one on one, تقعد مع الستودنت تشوف معاه ايه الاكسترا كوريكولرز اللي ممكن يعملها, تتكلم معاه عن الاساي, تشرح له الاساي بيتعمل ازاي, تصلح له الاساي بتاعه. We can do this on a one-on-one basis or in small groups. But this is for students who will actually start the application process, because it's a process. It's a lot of work. إنما in general, أي حاجة بره المدرسة can be considered extracurricular if you document it, if you show commitment, if you show growth, if it's authentic to you, and if it has an effect on people around you. Okay. Also, I know that most students that get accepted to Ivy League schools have awards. So what competitions can I get? Okay, this is also very important. إن احنا يبقى نثبت إن احنا شاطرين في الحاجة دي. So there's a competition في robotics, a competition في coding, a competition في art, competition في writing. There's always a competition for something you are interested in, but you need to search for them. I don't know them all. Some of them will be local, and some of them will be online, will be virtual, will be worldwide. Try to join any of the competitions دول that you think you can succeed فيها, and I think that's really great. So whether you're interested في robotics, في math, في science, there's a science Olympiad, there's a math Olympiad, في trivia زي آلاء, spelling bee, حاجة بطولات رياضية, بطولات في الشطرنج, في الchess, بطولات في ال playing cards، اي حاجه you're interested in. games، في بطولات للجيمز، في virtual teams دلوقتي بيتنافسوا ضد بعض، اي حاجه من الحاجات دي. You just like it, you love it, you're good at it. Try to look for what kinds of competitions there are. Join them مرة واثنين وثلاثة. Try to rank and then make this your story. حبيبة saying starting a non-profit acknowledge when applying to colleges definitely. So حبيبة هنا بتقول حاجة مهمة جدا وركزوا معايا please. Now this will differ based on where you are in the United States or even if you're outside the United States. So let's say حبيبة wants to help, okay, homeless people. She has two options. Number one is to go buy some stuff, food and clothing, and look for homeless people, and then go and give them the food, give them the clothes, and that's it. Or the other option is for her to basically say, okay, I will start a nonprofit. And how to start a nonprofit depends on where you live. You need to ask. يعني حامل منظمة أهلية، منظمة غير هادفة للربح، a non-profit organization, okay, NPO. هسميها helping the homeless, HTH, okay? أو مثلا H squared, homeless help. See, I like that. I made it up, okay? H squared, homeless help. And هقول لزمايلي ولأصحابي وللفامily بتوعي, and we're going to gather بعض, and we're going to have a group of 10 people, and we're going to go buy certain things, and we're going to go give الحاجات دي للناس الهوملس دول, وهنصور الكلام اللي احنا عملناه ده, هنصورهم هم they're taking الجيفتس بتاعتنا وهم they're happy, هنصورهم بعد ما لبسوا الهدوم دي, وهنصورهم هم بياكلوا الحاجة دي, مش علشان رياء ولا حاجة, بس عشان to document الرحلة بتاعتنا. And الشهر الجاي we're going to do it again. And then الشهر اللي وراه we're going to have more people من الجيران بتوعنا. Then الشهر اللي وراه we're going to have and so on. Now this is really impressive لما اقول للجامعة, مش انا رحت اساعد الناس اللي في الشارع. No, انا بدأت non-profit, جمعت ناس, كبرت, وسعت عدد الناس اللي بيشتغلوا معانا, قدرنا ان احنا نفيد 10 people الشهر الاول, 20 people الشهر الثاني, 1000 people الشهر اللي فات بعد ما بقالي سنتين بعمل الموضوع ده. That's impressive. Okay. روان بتقول you discussed CAGE, C-A-G-E. What should I do if I'm in 11th grade and do not have any of it? Just start now يا روان. Okay. Now again, لو أنا بدأت حاجة من وأنا في 9th grade أو بدأتها في 11th grade, لما أجي أقدم على الجامعة, which is more impressive, بتاع 9th grade أكيد if they're both successful. بس اللي worse يا روان is to not do anything at all. So 11th grade is good. Start now. Don't wait until you're in 12th grade. وتقول يوم I'm in 12th grade. Now what do I do? Start right now. Okay. I have not participated in sports since I was a child, except for swimming, which I did not complete. Then search Shirawen for what I said. Something you're good at, teach other people, do it online, document this, put it on a website, put it on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Try to grow it, try to make it bigger, try to make it better. Kenzie Batul, how would the college actually know I did something? I may say I did many things. Okay, so this is really important. Well, let me tell you something. الأسئلة دي اللي هي بنسميها skeptical questions عادة بتيجي من الطلبة العرب أو من الأصل عربي. It's something in our blood. Okay. اللي هو أنا هقول للجامعة إن أنا عملت طب هم مش عرفهم بقى إن أنا عملت الحاجة دي بجد؟ مش يمكن أنا بضحك عليهم؟ طب ما أنا ممكن أنصب عليهم، ما أنا ممكن أقول لهم إن أنا بقالي 5 سنين بلعب باسكت بول وكسبت بطولة العالم وأنا ولا عمري مسكت كورة باسكت بول ولا أي حاجة. هيعرفوا منين؟ دايما السؤال اللي هو ليه فيه الشك ده بيجي. أولا هم هيفترضوا ان انت صادق. اوكي. سو هيقروا الابلكيشن، هيشوفوا الحاجه بتاعتك وهيفترضوا ان انت you're truthful. تمام. ثانيا لو شكوا they can always go search. ثالثا لو شكوا and they searched وما لقوش حاجه they can ask you to give them proof. And if you don't give them proof you've just lost your chance تماما to ever apply للجامعه دي. اوكي. سو ممكن يضحك عليهم، اكيد ممكن يضحك عليهم، بس again اعتبروا الكولج ادميشنز اوفيسرز دول يا حضرات مش موظفين بيشتغلوا في الجامعه، اعتبروهم ضباط اف بي اي بوليس. اوكي. اعتبروهم مخابرات. الناس دي they are trained very well and they have a lot of experience so they can tell من المكان اللي انت عايشه فيه، من حياتك الشخصيه، من مدرستك، من درجاتك، من الحاجات دي كلها، اذا كانت القصه اللي انت بتحكيها لهم دي واقعيه ولا متالفه. وعلشان كده بقول لكم when you document الحاجه اللي بتعملوها and you actually tell them عملنا كذا كذا كذا، وعندي ويب سايت اسمه rawansbasketball.com حاطه فيها كل البطولات والحاجات اللي عملناها والفيديوز وكده، خلاص انت كده سبقتي واديتيهم البروف من غير ما هم يطلبوا. ممكن يروحوا يفتحوا الويب سايت نفسه ويبصوا عليه and they'll be impressed، وممكن يقولوا طالما هي كتبت ويب سايت يبقى هي صادقه she's fine، خلاص يلا let's admit her. اوكي. مروة بتقول what about IB courses, International Baccalaureate? Most students في أمريكا they just take an American diploma, high school diploma, and they take AP classes. Now, if your school offers an IB, whether in the US or outside the US, that is also very impressive. So IB as well is a good option زي ال AP. علي بيقول what are the subjects in AP? Lots of things. So في calculus, في مثلا geometry, في biology, في chemistry, في physics, في French, في Spanish. So في مواد كتيرة جدا، في literature، في language English، يعني you can choose المواد اللي انت شاطر فيها. Hamza, I'm ninth grade. I have an ACT trial December 7th. If I get a good score, do I have to take another trial? Most probably yes, ya Hamza. I doubt you'll get a really good score in ninth grade for the ACT. You can get a much higher score when you're in 10th or 11th grade. And most universities will probably want you to take the test in 10th or 11th, not in ninth. So you can take it in ninth grade, but I would suggest taking it again in 10th or 11th grade أكيد. Mohammed بيقول Mr. Karim, my biology teacher studied in the US, says that you can learn foreign languages or artificial intelligence from a website called Coursera that will help me as a student, give me a certificate. Yes, definitely. So if you want to learn something outside of school, Coursera is a very good option. There's something else called edX, EDX. They offer courses from the top universities in the world and in the US. You can always learn things, take courses by yourself, and study these things. Now, I don't know how impressive it will be lil university, because sometimes they might say that you're just trying to gather certificates وخلاص. But if you're actually learning something beneficial, that's really good for you عامة. And if you're taking courses in something you're interested in في الجامعة, that's even better. So let's say أنا عايز أدرس في الجامعة artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not a subject taught in school. There is no AP artificial intelligence. So أنا في المدرسة وشاطر وكل حاجة, and I actually took 10 courses على كورسيرا في artificial intelligence وخدتهم بالترتيب و I scored عالي قوي فيهم. That is super impressive. Okay. Kenzie wants me to talk about scholarships. We won't talk about scholarships today. I'm not prepared enough to talk about scholarships today. However, most universities دلوقتي في أمريكا actually first accept a student, then offer them scholarships. So the first hurdle is you want to get accepted. You want to be as impressive as possible to get accepted. Then, based on your scores, based on a lot of things, they will either offer you a scholarship or not. So go in this order. First, let's try to get accepted. Then let's worry about scholarships. بس إن شاء الله هيبقى عندنا لقاء تاني نتكلم فيه عن scholarships بالتفصيل. Noor, it really depends on your school. If they have an option, ya Noor, for you to take an AP course or a high-level course, choose it. If they don't, then you just need to take whatever the school offers. And yes, IB courses are very good. Mary, is there a place to prepare the profile or write it? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. When you apply to university, أغلب الجامعات بأمريكا بتستعمل حاجة اسمها Common App. So commonapp.org. This is where you put your information. This is where you write your essay and everything for a lot of universities. If you mean where to document like extracurriculars اللي بنعملها, you will need to make your own website. Again, there are a lot of services. WordPress, for example, is one of those. WordPress كلمة واحدة. You can go there. You can pay like $5 a year ولا حاجة, get a small website and just put your stuff. Maybe more, $10 a year, $20 a year, I'm not sure. And of course, you make a Facebook page for free. You can make an account on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and showcase your stuff there. Leanne says, if my school does not give AP, but I'm taking 5 this year as a senior, I'm not sure how your school doesn't give AP, but you take it somewhere else. That's great. If you take AP elsewhere, that's really, really good. When do you recommend taking AP courses? Most students take them 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, with the most number of AP courses probably in 11th grade. So maybe take 2 in 10th grade, 3 in 11th grade and then maybe 1 or 2 in 12th grade. Try not to take the hardest stuff in 12th grade. Try to take the hard stuff in 10 and 11 because when you apply to university, you apply at the beginning of 12th grade. في أمريكا لما بنقدم على الجامعة بنقدم في بداية grade 12. So المواد اللي هاخدها في grade 12 لسه نتيجتها ما طلعتش لما بقدم على الجامعة. So I can't really impress them. So if I say for grade 12 I'm taking 5 AP courses بس أنا لسه ما عملتش فيهم حاجة, that's not very impressive. بس لما اقول ان انا في 10 و11 خدت 5 AP courses خلصتهم خلاص وجبت سكورز عاليه, that is impressive. رحاب بتسال is dual enrollment in community college better than application universities. dual enrollment ده عاده بيبقى في الهاي سكول, بيديني اوبشن بعض السكولز ان انا اخد الماده دي ادرسها في كوميونتي كولج, ادرسها في جامعه مش في المدرسه. باخد عليها زي الدول كريدت, بتتحسب لي كماده في المدرسه وكمان باخد شهاده منها في الجامعه. Yes, it is impressive of course, خاصه لو ماده تقيله ولو الكوميونتي كولج كويس. انما لو ماده تافهه يعني it doesn't really make sense. يعني they'll actually look at what الماده is, and of course you need to score high. All right. Omar Sarhan, that is great. You should try to improve that. Okay. Ilnur says, if I teach yearly about 150 students AP biology and English language, and a lot of them are getting really good marks today, is it good? That is super, Noor. And if you actually do that, let me know. Maybe you can do this with our students and you can expand what you're doing. I think it's a great idea. So Ilnur Mu'taz, send me a message after we're done and tell me more about it. Ali, as I said, you can find AP courses online. The problem is not in the course, the problem is in the test. You need to find a school that will make you test with the students, and then you can take the course by yourself. Leanne is saying, what IELTS score is good for Ivy League? I really don't know. It really depends on the school. If you're already in the American system, you take the SAT and all that, they may not require IELTS at all. So ask them and let me know, Leanne. I really don't know. What is required for me to earn a scholarship? Most scholarships give you scholarships based on merit. So if you get like a 1600 out of 1600 في SAT, you'll probably get a scholarship. لو جايب 1570 من 1600 في جامعات هتديني scholarship. لو الجي بي اي بتاعي كويس جدا وجايب سكور عالي قوي في الاس اي تي ممكن قوي اخد scholarship. Sometimes بقى بيبقى في scholarships based على الدوله اللي انا منها, على الجامعه اللي انا هدرس فيها, على التخصص بتاعي, and this is something we can talk about at a later time ان شاء الله. Iman بتقول, my son is 11th grade. He is so intelligent. MashaAllah. He has so many talents like drawing. Also, he was prepared to make a go-kart. He loves mechanics and machine making, simple stuff. How can I use all of that to help his appreciation? Now, the first thing I would do is take موضوع المechanics والmachine making ده. This is يعني robotics, and robotics is a very, very, very big deal, and it will be a big deal in the future. It is now, but it's going to be a very big deal in the future. So if you can join robotics clubs, وفي كتير جوه سواء تبع المدرسة أو private, and work as a group and build robots and go lead robotics competitions, I think that's a very good place to start. If he can also document رحلته في الروبوتكس ويصور نفسه وهو بيركب الروبوتس, مش لازم يصور his own face, انما ايديه وهو بيركب الحاجة ويحكي الحاجة دي ركبها ازاي, ويصور الكومبيتيشنز اللي راحها, and يدوكيومنت كل ده online on a website او Facebook page او كده, and do this consistently في 11th grade وفي 12th grade واحنا شغالين. I think this is really good, especially لو هو عايز يدرس حاجة لها علاقة بالهندسة أو كده. What are the effects of percentage of GPA, SAT, and skills out of school activities opportunity to be accepted? There is no division of grades زي ما في مثلا في الدول العربية. So هم هيبصوا على درجات المدرسة على بعضها كام, هيبصوا على ال SAT scores قد ايه, وهيبصوا على you as a person قد ايه, and all of that في الآخر they'll decide yes or no. You can't really say في 20% على ده و 50% على ده, للأسف مفيش. Important courses I should take, طبعا definitely الcourses اللي بناخدها we should always take math, science و English أساسي every single year, and we should progress harder math, harder English, harder science every year. This is أساسي. Foreign languages, very important. History, social studies. So نفس المواد الأساسية. يعني I'm sure your school will have that يعني work with you. Don't worry. Alea is saying one of her relatives entered community college, then a normal college in the US, but he said it was a waste of time since he didn't benefit and he had to take the same years of college, I think, since he entered the engineering field. Now, this is of course very important. لازم لو السؤال بتاع هل ادخل الاول community college سنتين وبعدين اترانسفير، لازم نبقى عارفين البلان على بعضها من الكوميونتي كولج ومن الجامعه اللي انا هترانسفير ليها. لازم اتاكد ان الحاجه اللي هدرسها في الكوميونتي كولج دي they will transfer الكريدتس بتاعتها للجامعه والتخصص اللي انا عايز ادرس فيه بعد كده. The last thing you want to do is تقعد سنتين في community college بتدرس حاجات and then لما تدخل الجامعه يقولوا لك لا لا كل اللي انت درسته ده احنا مش معترفين بيه. You have to do it all over again. So you have to make sure it's based على which community college you're going to go to, which university you're going to go to later on, ايه الكورسز اللي هتتاخد، ايه مجال الدراسه and so on. And just so you know guys, we've got 2.9 thousand likes على التيك فيديو بتاعنا so far, so we're really close to getting 3,000. Go share the TikTok people so we can get some more hearts and maybe get 3,000 likes. All right. Munir, how can I achieve a full tuition scholarship as an international student? We'll try to talk about that at a later date, Munir. Honestly, I'm not prepared for this. I don't know a lot about scholarships, but inshallah, I'll research it and I'll bring someone who may help us as well talk about scholarships in the future, inshallah. Noor, can I do extracurriculars related to reading or books? طبعا. You can make a book review club, okay? Amal Mansour says it's 3,000 now. Yes, thank you. You can do a blog where you can review books and say your opinion about the books you've read. You can make a YouTube channel and discuss different books. You can make a book club at school. You can make a non-profit that helps foreign-born people, or people who are just immigrants who just came to the United States, love reading, and you can teach them how to read. There are a lot of things you can do. Just think about different ideas here. Fahmi, is dual enrollment looked at the same as AP courses? I'm really not sure which would be better. I think personally that AP courses would be better. Now, something really important. In your school, in the US, you all have college counselors, okay? The counselor at school. This person should know a lot about applying to university, especially local universities. So if you're in Tennessee, if you're in Texas, the person at your school probably knows a lot about the university system in Tennessee or Texas and can actually help you choose the best options for you. So go talk with these people, be friends with them. That's very important. Something I didn't mention today. Hopefully, maybe we can talk about later on, but it's really important when you apply to university, you're going to have to submit recommendation letters, okay? The recommendation letters will probably be 3 letters. 1 from your college counselor, from your school counselor, and then 2 from 2 different school teachers. So you want to be friends, I really mean friends, with the counselor, and you want to be friends with 2 of your teachers, because you want these people, when you ask them to write the recommendation letter for you, to actually write a good recommendation letter, to give it some thought, to not just, copy and paste. It's really important. So as much as possible, parents and students, parents too, try to be friends with your counselors and with teachers, especially 2 of them, and ask those friends of yours to write you the recommendation letter when the time comes, okay? Little pro tip here, try to ask them to write you the recommendation letter before or at the beginning of, no, let's say before the summer vacation between 11th and 12th grade. This way you give them time to write the essay. Don't cram them like before. You're applying now, the deadline is in a week. Now, there are probably 200 students who just ask them to write them recommendation letters. And it's a week, and you all have to submit this. They're just going to copy and paste. Okay? So if you ask them early, they can prepare something good for you. And we got 3.5 thousand likes right now. I don't know what happened. When I told you guys to like this, it's just going crazy. So you were all attending and not liking? Come on. Okay. When is the best time to apply to university? My son is in grade 11, 16 years old. I don't know about gap years. I don't think it will affect acceptance unless he does something amazing in the gap year. He should just apply at the beginning of 12th grade. So right around this time of year, but next year. All right. Ines, is the course fit for both SAT and no, our current course is SAT. It will probably be beneficial for the ACT, the new ACT that we still don't know about. That's just my expectation. But this course is SAT It will benefit ACT, of course. It's all reading and writing at the end. Okay, so don't worry. It will benefit him definitely, but we're mainly focused on SAT. Yes, Tariq, that is great. Yes, Ale. Yes, we said IB is good. Yes, Kenzie Alewa, it's a great idea. Definitely do that. Ala, there is, but it's with me. So send me a message, Ala Tamer. I'll do it for you. Iman is saying, my son is working years ago as a lifeguard. That might help him. Of course. Yes. Okay, excellent. So her son has been working as a lifeguard every summer for many years. And next summer, he will become a manager on a group of lifeguards. Excellent. It's great. If he can try to just weave a story about how he really likes the job of being a lifeguard, not because he gets to sit at the pool for free, for example, get free ice cream, but because he actually can save lives and he can actually make sure that kids are safe. And if this is a narrative he can write, that's also going to be a very good idea. Nader is saying, I have great extracurriculars, but I had to stop due to how rigorous and time consuming it got and other justifiable reasons. Are they still considered? Yes, definitely, Nader. You can always say, I did so and so and so, but I had to stop this year, but you have to give them a reason. I had to stop this year, even though I didn't want to stop. It breaks my heart to stop what I built. Okay, but I had to because I'm doing something more important now, which is so and so. Okay. They offered grade 12 this year computer-based exam. Yes, the ACT does offer a computer-based exam in the US and they offer it internationally. They have been for many years, but the new ACT, the one that's changing in the spring, is a different test altogether. No, Kenzie. EST cannot be used in the US. Lama Amir, you can take the ACT anytime you want. Okay. However, the ACT will change, hopefully for the better, in the US in March or April 2025 and internationally September 2025. Hannah saying, I want my major to be in engineering, interior design. I want my college to be in the US. How many years will I study in college? Probably 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. AP is the advanced placement course, so it's a high level course. I don't know when the deadline for AP registration is, but it's probably around now. Muhammad Mabruk. Fahmi, I don't know how you can get a seal of biliteracy in Arabic. It sounds good, but I don't know what that is. Anything you can document is good. You cannot register for the AP online. You have to register through a school that tests the AP. You can take an online course, but the test you have to register with a school. Yes, Iyad Ahmed. Professional gaming, in my opinion, does count. Muhammad Shafi is saying, my school provides coding courses online every Monday. At the end of the year, I get a sort of scholarship. Is that good enough or do I have to do more? It's good enough, but you can still do more because you're smart. Okay. So try to do more as well. Try to do something. They're like gaming coding competitions, the hackathons they're called. You can do some virtually, something international. You just want to say that you joined a competition that had 100,000 participants and you ranked number 200. So you're 200 out of 100,000. That's a great rank, something like that. Okay. Yasmin, you can start now. It's never too late. Habiba, does starting a medical nonprofit to assist and teach students about medical issues like CPR stand out well for college? Definitely, 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 definitely. Yes, Habiba, grow it, Habiba. It's great. And document everything, Habiba. Ali Nauman joined the team that designs underwater robotics. They're basically small submarines. Yes, I know. And my team got first place and 11th internationally. That is great, Ali. Okay, excellent. Try to do more of this. Okay, if you can just show your commitment to it and growth in it, that's great. If you can do like next year and you get like the 10th position instead of 11th, that's super. Tariq Khalid, I don't know. I don't think so. Yes. Yes, Ale. Muhammad Salim is saying, what if there's nothing I'm good at? There's no such thing, Muhammad. You are good at something, okay? You need to think, okay? Paper and pencil, write down a few thoughts, revise. I can help you if you want. Thought it was in an IB school for 4 years. Will that help? Yeah, of course, especially if your grades were good. Yes, Ed. Cybersecurity courses. Yes, very good. I have repeat questions here. Roa is saying I'm in 9th grade in Riyadh. I don't know which courses I have to start. Okay, Roa, if you're really good in English and math, take our full course, even if you're in 9th grade. In the US, 9th graders should always take our full course right away. And we're starting one in 2 weeks in the US. Okay. If you are not super good in English and math, Roa, you can take our grade 9 course. So send me a message. Miss Aya, please put our contact information and we'll let you know, ya Roa. Tara is saying there are need-based scholarships as well, where basically if you have low income, you can get a scholarship. Yes, there are. Not all universities offer them. They will usually be for American citizens, though. So if anybody here is an international student, probably need-based scholarships, I don't think apply to you guys. And sometimes they will give you financial aid in form of a loan. You don't want that. You don't want a loan. You want a scholarship. Again, we will talk about scholarships later on. Ali wants to be a footballer, so a soccer player. So you have to document your passion for soccer. You have to show that you are in a leadership position in your team. You need to win competitions. All of this is really important. Okay. Behir on TikTok says we are new in US. My daughter is in 11th grade. My son is in 8th grade. I want to know how to prepare. They should take our course. Definitely your 11th grade student should take our course right away for the SAT. The 8th grader can wait until 10th grade and take the course as well. If he's weak in English, since you're new to the US, he can take our English fitness course, which is for 8th and 9th graders. Send me a message, please, and I'll explain more about that. Now, just give me a second, guys. Let me try to comment here. So I'm going to put my phone number, everybody, on TikTok. No, that's not a very good idea, but hopefully no spammers get it. That's my WhatsApp phone number. So you can send me a message, anybody who wanted to ask about anything that I didn't answer here. All right. Now, one little question here. People are asking about medicine in university, studying medical school in the US. Medical school in the US is a postgraduate school. So you have to first go to university, go to college, get a bachelor's degree in something, and then you take a test and apply to medical college. So you're not going to apply to medical college right away after school. It will be after 4 or 5 years when you get your bachelor's. And guys, on TikTok, we have 3.9 thousand likes. So come on, let's make them 4,000. Yasmin, will NHS be a good effect? Like I'm in National Honor Society in my school? Definitely. Definitely. If you're in a National Honor Society, that's good. If you do activities related to school, like the Model United Nations, like clubs at school, like things that are competitions between schools, all of this is good. But know that most students applying to competitive universities will already all be doing the same thing. So it's good. You need that. It's the minimum, but you need to do something extra to stand out. Okay. We'll talk more about this a lot. Okay. Don't worry. And for those of you in our course, and for those of you who will be joining our course in the future, I intend on doing things like today frequently. So you guys are always, getting new ideas on how to get ready for university. Okay. Don't worry. Yassine has been playing soccer for more than 10 years. He's in the school team. He's also playing in a major club. He won many tournaments and trophies. He's a captain in his school team. He's a junior. That's great. Yes, Yassine, of course. Just need to double down, keep on going, and document all this. It will be great. Okay. Muhammad Shafi, how rare are full scholarships? I don't know. We'll talk about scholarships next time. All right. Yasmin, I think I answered you. Tara is saying one of the easiest extracurriculars is to write a book and put it on Amazon. Yeah, but you want a real book that is really good. Okay. If they just go on Amazon, look at your book and find that nobody ever bought the book, or they found like terrible reviews on the book, that's not impressive. Okay. And if it's a book about something that you don't show that you have like a long commitment and like a long journey with, then also it's not impressive. Okay. If you don't have a college counselor, then that's basically what I'm doing now. Fun fact, now we have guests at home. So Ala is saying that she has guests at home, her uncle and another far relative. They're having dinner with the family. They're at her grandma's house. So the grandparents and the aunt are also outside, and she's in her room eating dinner, but in the Zoom, because she told her mom she has to be in Mr. Karim's Zoom meeting, that it's not okay to just leave. So Alaa just basically left her whole family outside and is attending our Zoom meeting. Alaa, you're a genius. Thank you so much. Okay, what are you eating? Noticing, does a gap year negatively affect the admissions probability? I never thought about how the gap year would positively or negatively affect you. Let me think about it. I don't know. No, Kenzie Ahmed, you cannot. EST is not accepted. EST is not accepted. Judy, I think we're going to have to modify the plan. I know. So some of you have a math class and we've been talking for too long. So we're going to modify the plan when it comes to our reading session. Okay. Yes, Ibrahim, you can ask. Jenna is saying, any tips on figuring out a major so I can make an impact based on it? You really need to choose a major that in something that you are actually really good at or something that you really love doing. Okay. Now, it's always good to choose a major that is in demand. You want to choose something that has to do with artificial intelligence, with computers. Okay, that's good. But if you don't love it or if you're not exceptionally good at it, you will fail. So I think just choose a major that is your passion, something you really like, something you're really good at. And ان شاء الله I'm planning ان احنا نعمل كورس ان شاء الله للطلبه بتوعنا وللبيرنتس ازاي نختار الميجر، ازاي نختار الكليه اللي ندخلها. وهنعمل في الكورس ده يعني using one of our artificial intelligence thingies زي GG, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, to actually guide us and help you personalize a plan for you so you guys can choose a good يعني option للجامعه للميجرز. So hopefully I'm gonna work on this next month ان شاء الله. Yes, Lama Amir, definitely. Lama, we're starting a new course in 2 weeks, inshallah, and we have a discount for students who are going to register this week. So if you're interested, send me or Miss Aya a message, definitely. Yes, Noha, internships are definitely good. Yes, Yasmin, NHS is great. Noha, if you can do a medical internship, that would be great. That would be super. When should I take the SAT? 11th grade or 10th grade in the US for international students. 11th grade is the best time. You can always retake it again in 12th grade, but start at least the first time. US students, 10th grade, international students, 11th grade. Inshallah, Ali. Muhammad Nahal is saying, Mr. Karim, if I volunteer in the fire department, is it good? That's very good, yeah, Muhammad, but you want consistency. So you want to do it this year, the next year, the following year, just keep it consistent. So not just something you do for a few days and that's it. Haneen says, what if what I'm good at does not end me up with a well-paying job in the future, even though I want to be successful? I think if you're really good at something and you become better, في الحاجة دي, you will be successful no matter what. Okay, again, we're going to talk about choosing a major, success, and all that very soon. Please, guys, make sure you follow us if you don't take the course, because I think very soon I'm going to have this and it's going to be really nice. You're going to love it, inshallah. Iman Sulaiman is saying, no, the recommendation letter needs to be from school teachers and the school counselor. You can also get recommendations from other people, but they will require 2 school teachers and 1 school counselor in most cases. Alma saying she's been to a very hard competitive school since kindergarten until 7th grade. Would that be impressive? Yes, I think it will be, Alma, especially if you can show that you were at the top of your class. And then if you also can show why you changed the school. So I was a really competitive school, and then I changed, I went to another school. Why? Was it because it was too competitive? No, you actually loved the competition. You did really well, but you had to change the school for another reason. Yusuf says, what do you think about athletic scholarships? They're very, very effective, very good. They're one of the best types of scholarships. If you rank really well in a sport, I think you have a good chance, and you should search for universities that offer athletic scholarships. Neda Muhammad says, time management. This is getting really overwhelming. You need to start as early as possible. You need to know when your deadline is, how many days you have to do what. Divide the things you need to do over the days you have so you are organized. Tariq is part of the student council. There isn't much. Really, Tariq, just being in the student council is okay, but most students will be in the student council anyway, so you need to do something extra. Tariq is really scared about all this, just anxious of not succeeding, not achieving good. Now, guys, let me tell you this. The whole
the whole journey of college application, the actual, even the course, the SAT course, teaches you a lot about yourselves, teaches you a lot of skills. So even if you don't end up going to the university that you love, even if you don't end up, getting accepted anywhere, you will have learned a lot of skills that will benefit you. I promise. Okay. So the journey itself is really enriching. Even our course, like I can show you lots of testimonials, lots of screenshots that I have from messages from my students. I just posted one yesterday على الفيسبوك بيج بتاعنا, والطالب بيقول لي فيها ان هو بيشكرني اني قدرت اخليه يعتمد على نفسه ويقدر يذاكر لوحده. and before he would always need a teacher بالعافيه يزقه ويديله الحاجه بالمعلقه, and now هو بيقدر ان هو يفتح الكورس ويبص على study sessions ويتفرج على فيديو ويحل الكويز لوحده, and he feels motivated and he feels that's good enough for him, and this is a very important skill. So you will learn skills كده كده even if you don't reach الحاجه اللي احنا عايزينها في الاخر. All right, guys. So right now, people, we're going to start talking about our course briefly. Okay, and then we're going to do a couple of questions for reading because we're late. Hopefully, we can supplement this with an extra video. So for all of my students, my current students, here's what we're going to do now. هنتكلم عن الكورس بتاعنا briefly. Please stay. Okay, I don't think it's going to be ربع ساعة, no breaks. And then we're going to do a couple of questions, just 2 reading questions together, very important. And then I will give you an extra bonus video بدل الشرح اللي ما لحقناش نعمله النهارده. Okay, are you all good with that? All right, it's not going to take time, okay? So give me like 15, 20 minutes and we're done, inshallah. Okay? Okay, last couple of questions because I said yes, I'd answer. My daughter's from Egypt, lived in Qatar her whole life, started her life in the US since she was 13. Any benefits she can get based on her life story? Yes, yes. They like diversity and they like to see an international perspective. Okay, so she's from Egypt, she lived in Qatar. What did she learn there? What did she learn there? Now she's in the US. What did she learn here? How did she apply her different experiences in the different countries she's lived in? How has this made her easily adaptable into the new life? So all of this, if we can write it or weave it correctly into our essay, is actually really impressive. All right, guys, come on, let's go. So عندنا كورس جديد. كل الطلبه اللي عندنا في امريكا, الطلبه اللي في امريكا, okay, so الطلبه الانترناشونال كورس بتاعنا مختلف. طلابنا في امريكا, students in the US, our course will start, okay, on December 1st. So Sunday, December 1 will be our first session. Sunday, December 1, in exactly 2 weeks, inshallah. All right. Now, in this course, we will cover everything you need for the SAT, English and math. The US course is a condensed course. So the whole course takes only 3 months. 3 شهور فقط. بنتعلم فيهم كل حاجة خاصة بالإنجليش للSAT وكل حاجة خاصة بالماث للSAT. في الإنجليش we have 1 live session per week بتبقى on Sundays. الماث بيبقى عندنا 2 live sessions per week. Okay? I think they're going to be Saturday and Sunday or Sunday and Tuesday. I'm not really sure, but they will be definitely appropriate for our students in the US. It won't be during school hours, okay? Because our international course is during school hours in the US. Our US course is during normal US student hours, okay? So 1 live session of English per week, 2 live sessions of math per week. In addition, we will have 3 study sessions on average per week for our US students in English and 1 or 2 study sessions in math. What's the difference between a live session and a study session? Live session is a Zoom session that we work on together. For our US students, in our live session, we do a real SAT practice, like the 2 questions we're going to do in just 5 minutes, inshallah. In our study sessions, the student actually goes into our website, watches a video with me explaining a certain topic. Then we have a quiz that you must do online and you must pass the quiz. After you pass the quiz, you have another video that you need to watch and you need to understand everything in the video. You need to watch the whole video before you move on to the next lesson. So في الانجليش عندنا نوعين من الكلاسز. عندنا اللايف كلاس على زوم بنعمل فيه براكتس وبنحل امتحانات حقيقيه, وعندنا ستادي سيشن الطالب يدخل لوحده يتفرج على فيديو, بس ما يقدرش الطالب يعمل فورورد للفيديو, لازم غصب عنه يتفرج على الفيديو كله علشان يقدر ينقل للستيب اللي وراها. طب ممكن طالب مستر كريم يهمل الفيديو يخليه شغال وما يتفرجش عليه؟ ممكن, بس وانس انه خلصه هيدخل على كويز, والكويز ده لازم ينجح فيه علشان يعدي على الخطوه اللي وراها. طب لو هو ما ركزش في الفيديو عمره ما هينجح في الكويز، هيفضل يعيد ويزيد فيه forever وهيفضل هنا برضه stuck forever. So it's very important. الفيديو كله بنشوفه غصب عننا، الكويز لازم ننجح فيه غصب عننا. Then we have another video بنشرح فيه كل أسئلة الكويز. ده الستادي سيشن الستودنت بيعمله لوحده بجدول محدد في أيام معينة ولازم يمشي بالستبس بتاعتنا. أما اللايف سيشن it's on Zoom, it's live, it's once a week, it's on Sunday for English. Math, we have 2 live sessions on Zoom every week, and we have an additional 1 or 2 study sessions as well. Okay? Our course is intense. It's really fun. It covers every single thing you need to learn in 3 months for English and math for our US students. Okay? Now, we're starting registration today. And for those of you in the US who are in our US group chat on WhatsApp, Miss Aya is going to send you the payment link, the registration link. And we have a 10% discount for a few days if you register now. After that, there is no discount. Also, Miss A is offering you guys an extra discount. Instead of 10%, you can get a 15% discount. If you pay the 3 months as a whole, one payment, you get 15% instead of 10%. Okay? Now, if you do get other students to join you, like your friends or your family members, you can get an additional discount, I think. Please refer to Miss Aya regarding the discounts, and all details will be on our group chat on WhatsApp. Miss Aya, if you would please make sure on Zoom here, if anybody on Zoom with us now wants to join the US group chat, if you're in the US and you're not in the US group chat and you're interested in joining the course, please send Miss A. Here on Zoom, her name is Super Gouda Assistant Miss A. Okay. And for those of you on TikTok, you can just send us a message and I'll reply to you and help you out. Okay. And we have 4.2 thousand likes on TikTok, by the way. Share this, guys. Come on. We want to make them more than 4.2 thousand. Let's try to break 5,000 today. All right. Okay. Peasy. Peasy. Okay. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right. Now, you can only join the US group chat or the US course or if you're in the US, because if you're an international student, the timing of the classes will not be possible for you. It will be after midnight. Okay. It will be really early in the morning for you. So it only works for students in the US. And for those of you who do want, like Habiba right here, please send a message to Miss Aya, +1 919 671 2822. Miss Aya, please make sure to put our contact details again in the group chat here. All right, everybody. Easy? Super? Okay. Now, again, I know this question was asked before. Will our course for US students for the SAT benefit you if you're taking the ACT as well? It will benefit you. At the end of the day, they're both English, they're both math, but it's not the same course. However, the ACT is changing very, very soon in the US, probably changing to the better, probably changing to be similar to the current SAT. So I think if you're taking our SAT course, you'll have a good chance of also being ready for the new ACT when the time comes, inshallah. All right, guys. So let's start doing, we're going to answer a couple of questions here together from official test number 6. Sorry that we skipped the break. We're just tight with time here. Let me see. All right, there you go. So we're going to start with question number 10. I'm going to share my screen here. And for those of you with us on TikTok, let me see if I'll be able to show you my screen here. Let me just see. I'm going to try this, okay? Flip camera. All right. Let's get this down here. All right, guys. All right, people. So let's try this. This is going to look really awkward here, but let's give it a try. And hopefully our TikTokers can also see my screen. And let's try to do this together. All right. So with our current students, we actually stopped at this question right here, number 10. So we're going to do a couple of questions together today. And the whole point of this is to just basically understand that the way we approach our questions is really unique. We try not to depend on understanding the actual citation, the actual passage, the actual questions and answer choices 100%, but rather try to find a way to analyze our answers, analyze our passage, and use certain skills and tricks to find the right answer. So I'm going to show you a couple examples here. So let's start with this one. This is official SAT test number 6, module number 1. And in our next session, for those of you, for current students or new students, in our next session, I'm going to explain what the SAT is divided into exactly, what is module 1 and module 2, all this good stuff we're going to explain in details, remind everybody. So right now we're just doing something called module 1, which is the first half of the English section. All right. So the first thing we always do is what? Come on, guys. You need to help me out here. Let me just make sure I can see my chat box here. Just give me a second, guys. All right. All right, guys. Okay. So the first thing we always do is we look at the question. That's the first thing you need to do. Always look at the question before using any skills at it. Okay. Which choice best states the main idea of the text? Now, after you read the question, you realize the type of the question. So this is a main idea question. Based on the type of the question, we have certain skills or certain hacks that we use frequently. One of them that we always use with main ideas, or actually two that we always use with main idea questions, is number 1, keyword skill, and number 2, part whole skill. And let me just explain them briefly. So keyword skill basically means you look for keywords, important words in the answer choices, and you match them to the important words, the keywords in the passage. So even if you don't understand the passage fully, if you don't understand the answer choices fully, just by matching important words from the answer choices with the passage, you'll be able to find a good answer. Number 2, part whole skill. Basically, whenever you have a main idea question, you know that some of the answer choices will be translations for little parts of the passage, and some will be translations for a huge part, for a main part, for a whole of the passage. The ones that translate the whole of the passage are the good answer choices. It's going to be 1. And the ones that translate only a little part of the passage, that's wrong, going to be wrong answer choices, the 3 wrong ones. So let's take a look here. Now, which choice best states the main idea of the text? Let's start reading. To understand how Paleolithic artists navigated dark caves, archaeologist so-and-so and her team tested different lighting methods in a cave in Spain using replicas of artifacts found in European caves with art. They used 3 different Paleolithic light sources: torches, animal fat lamps, and fireplaces, determining that each likely had a specific purpose. For instance, the team learned that the animal fat lamps were less useful than torches while walking because the lamps didn't illuminate the cave floor. Hurry up really quickly without understanding anything. Can you guys give me like one keyword, just one word that is a keyword? How do I know what a keyword is? It's a word that is being repeated constantly. So what is the word that's being repeated constantly here? Choose one. Come on, give me 2 as you like. Hurry up. Come on. Okay, it could be a word or it could be more than one word that means the same thing. Excellent job. Excellent job. All right. So people are saying Paleolithic. So you can see Paleolithic. There you go. Can't see it again. Okay. Somebody else is saying lamps. I like lamps. Look at this. Lighting methods. Then right here we have light sources. Then right here we have, okay, so we have lamps, we have torches, we have lamps, we have lamps, we have torches. So basically lighting devices, right? Light sources. Okay, very good. Now let's start looking at the answer choice. And you don't really need to find the keywords now. It's fine. Let's look at the answer choices first. All right. Now, our first skill is to always divide the answer choices into little parts. Never take an answer choice as one big part. Always try to divide it into little parts. So, Medina Al-Qaid and her team's study demonstrated that Fireplaces were essential to the creators of Paleolithic cave art. All right, people. What is this, Alet? You're a genius. Fireplaces. Was fireplaces a part or a whole of the citation? It was a part. So A is probably wrong. Proof, go up here. Where is fireplaces? Come on, fireplaces. It's just right here. There's just one little part. Okay, right here, fireplaces. See? Right here. That's it. So it's a part. So A is probably wrong. All right. Now, we're going to go and look at the other ones. Maybe all of them are wrong. We'll see. B, Medina Al-Qaeda and her team discovered that Paleolithic cave artists in Spain used animal fat lamps more often than they used torches. Okay, more often is something called a comparison skill. Comparison skill. I'm going to explain. And Spain is something called place skill. These are two of our very popular skills that we learn throughout our course and our study sessions. Basically, a comparison skill says, usually, if the answer has a comparison, it is usually wrong. Not always. Usually wrong. All right, guys? Now, we need to check, was this comparison in the passage or not? If it was, maybe it's right. If it wasn't, then B is definitely wrong. Spain is a country. It's a location. It's a place. If we were talking about Spain mainly as a whole, then B could be right. If we were not talking about Spain as a whole, then B could be wrong. So here we have two different ideas. Let's go back to our citation. Come on, let's take a look. So first of all, it says, in a cave in Spain. Okay, so they were in Spain. So let's leave this for now. Let's take a look at the part that said that there was a comparison between what again? The animal fat lamps were used more often than torches, okay? For instance, the team learned that the animal fat lamps were less useful than torches. So animal fat lamps, comparison, okay? Less useful than torches. Let's take a look what we have here. Animal fat lamps more often used than torches. So this comparison actually shows us another skill called contradiction skill. And we learn all this in the course, where the answer choice actually is the opposite of the passage. So the passage was actually saying the opposite, that the fat lamps were used less than the torches. And here it's saying they were used more than the torches. Excellent job. And Ala is screaming the answers. Her family is going to gather now and see what's happening. Okay. Medina Al-Qaeda and her team were reluctant to draw many conclusions from their study because of the difficulty they had replicating light sources based on known artifacts. Now, C is okay. We can think about it. We can analyze it. I have no problem. However, just from experience, I can see a super hack right here that I know a lot of you still didn't take with me. You didn't learn it with me. That's fine. We will learn it together. It's actually called science or scientist hack. This is a science passage, and these people are scientists, okay? And when we have a science passage and we talk about scientists, we should always use vocabulary, wording that looks correct to be used with scientists. Scientists can't be reluctant. Reluctant means you don't know what to do. Like you're confused. Okay, should I choose this one? Should I choose that one? I'm not really sure. This is not a scientist trait. Okay, so scientists wanted to find out which of the two choices was the better choice. So the scientists devised an experiment and they grouped the people into two groups. That is science passage. But scientists being lazy, being mad, being sarcastic, being reluctant, any of these traits don't suit scientists in a science passage. So we call it scientist hack. It's wrong right away. So we're left with only D. Now let's take a look. How is D correct based on what we learned? Medina Al-Qaeda and her team tested. Look at that. This is a Scientists hack as well. So can you say that a scientist tested something? Definitely yes. But can you say that a scientist was reluctant? No. You get it? Okay. Tested what? Paleolithic light sources. Ooh, light sources, my keyword. And Paleolithic, another keyword. And learned some details about how Paleolithic artists traveled within dark caves. Artists in general traveled within caves in general. We didn't talk about Spain specifically. We didn't compare two types of lamps. This is a whole. Okay, so this is the right answer. It is a translation of the whole of the passage. D is the better answer here, my friends. All right, we'll do just one more and then we're done for today. Now, this is a graph question, and you will always have graph questions on the test, okay? So some people say, oh no, graph questions, I hate them. It really doesn't matter whether you like them or hate them. They will be on the test, so you better learn to like them, okay? Now, our graph questions on the SAT are divided into 3 parts. So part number 1 is the question. Part number 2 is the passage or the text. And part number 3 is the graph. Now we need to use the 3 parts of the question together in order to find the right answer. So you need to read the question, understand the question. You need to understand the text. You need to understand the graph. Okay. Now I'm gonna teach you a really cool hack right here, but let's just do this first in the way we should do it on the test. So first of all, question. Which choice most effectively uses data from the table to complete the statement? So data from the table, that's the graph. The statement is the text. So we use both things together. And in the text, you have a blank that needs to be completed. So I start by reading the text. So number 1, read the question. Number 2, read the text. Number 3, go to the graph. All right, text. A student is using the table as a part of a social studies class presentation on the US auto industry in the early 20th century. The student notes that, and here comes the important part, because that's where we need to continue the sentence. According to the table, from 1910 to 1925, what happened? Okay, 1910 is the very beginning of the table. 1925 is the very end of the table. So we're actually talking about the whole table. All right, so the text really didn't benefit me that much. We just know it's a student doing some research and then telling me what happened from 1910 to 1925. Okay, and all of this is recorded, guys. You will get the recording, don't worry. So we're going to look at the answer choices. You have 2 things you can do here, okay? Please, everybody focus with me. Number one is you can go to the graph or the table, try to understand it first, and then look at the answer choices. Number 2 is you can just go to the answer choices right away. It's entirely up to you. Both of them work, and you should try both ways at home, okay? For this particular question, I'm going to try the method where I actually look at the answer choices first. Why? Because I know there's a nice, cool hack here that we can learn together. And again, guys, these are all real tests, okay? Real questions. Now, if I go here and I start dividing the answer choices, look what's going to happen, guys. The number of cars produced increased, but the number of companies producing cars decreased. And this is a hack. Let me just check. Is it everywhere? Oh, yes. There you go. There you go. There you go. This is a hack. We call it increase, decrease, constant hack. Okay? IDCH. IDCH. Increase, decrease, constant hack. It's so simple, so time saving, and so straightforward. If the answer choices are just saying something's going up, something's going down, something's staying the way it is, increasing, decreasing, constant. All you need to do now is try to eliminate some stuff. How? Go up here to the graph and take a look. Come on, just a quick look at the numbers, okay? And the first thing we try to eliminate, sorry, let me just get this out of the way here. The first thing we try to eliminate is constant. So right here, numbers of cars, 123,548, 165, 185. Number of companies producing 320, 224, 1978. Is there anything here that is constant? Remember, increase, decrease, constant. Is there anything constant? All of the numbers are different. Everything is either going up or down. There is no constant. So what do? We go down to the answer choices, and any answer choice that has the word unchanged is wrong, is wrong. So I just eliminated B and C without reading anything because nothing is unchanged. All of the numbers are either going up or down. All right, now what do? Compare A and D together. A is saying the number of cars increased, the number of companies decreased. D is saying both the number of cars and the number of companies increased. Okay, let's go up here. Number of cars, 123,320 companies. 548,224 companies. 1,651,197. Okay, are they both increasing together? No. Are they both decreasing together? No. One of them is going up and one of them is going down. So the answer is A. And you don't really have to understand exactly what the numbers resemble and what the different numbers of cars and number of companies and the relationship between them. You're just using increase, decrease, constant hack, get the answer right away, and it's super easy. All right, easy peasy, people. All good. All right. All right. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really loved having you all with us today. I hope I was able to give you an idea about what you need to do to start getting ready for university, applying to university here in the US. Remember, let's just recap really quickly. You need to get really good scores in school. You need to choose hard courses, hard subjects. You need to take foreign languages. You need to maybe take AP classes, especially in subjects that you are interested in pursuing in university. Number 2, SAT or ACT, very, very important. You want to try to score the highest score possible. Number 3, your extracurriculars, your story, start building it now. Remember, Sunday, December 1st, we will start our new month, our new course. So all students in the US, current students and new students, you're welcome to join us in our new course. And also for our current students, I think Ms. A is also offering an early registration discount if you didn't pay for the whole course already. And for new students, you can definitely come join us. And also on December 1st, after we finish our regular session, Ms. Aya is offering to sit with you guys and explain how to write the college application essay and give you some tips and show you, demonstrate a good essay and a bad essay. That will be the same day, Sunday, December 1st. So make sure you're all there. All right. Okay, guys. Now, if you need to go, you may leave. If you have a question for me, I'll stay with you for like 5 more minutes. Lamar has a question. She wants to open her microphone. Sure, Lamar. Here you go. Go ahead, Lamar. Lamar, you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Okay, Lamar, I'm going to answer a question really quickly while you adjust your mic, please. So Habiba says, thank you so much for all your insights and assistance. I learned a lot from today's session. I look forward to joining your new S course. Thank you so much, Habiba. I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's try Lamar Ahmed again. Okay, she closed her mic. Okay. Faris has been taking Spanish. All right. So Hani saying, what if I don't know what major I'm interested in? Inshallah, we will have something very special for you all where we'll explore different majors and try to guide you to which majors are best for you. I'll try to have this very, very soon. Okay. So please follow us. And inshallah, I'll tell all our students in our courses about that, inshallah. Faris has been taking Spanish for 3 years as a junior. He was thinking about doing an in-school internship my senior year instead of my 4th year of a language. What do you think is more appealing or better for applications? It's really interesting, Faris. If you're already good in Spanish enough and the internship will be related to that Spanish thing. I think that will be more impressive. Maybe you can supplement that by doing something extra outside of school related to Spanish. That would also be good. That probably will be more impressive than a fourth year of Spanish. However, I would also consult your school counselor. They may be able to give you a better recommendation here, especially based on which university you're trying to apply to. Okay, Lamar, I asked you to unmute again. Let's try. Okay, I can't hear you yet, Lamar. Let me check. Maybe it's, no, I can. Yeah, it's not with me. Okay. So yeah, Lamar, my audio is good. So you can just type your question if you can't open the mic, Lamar. All right. Ala Tamer is saying, I want to take advanced chemistry because somehow I'm competing with my teacher. He keeps telling me that this and that hasn't been discovered. And then he ends up telling me it's just that I ask university stuff, so I don't need to learn about this stuff. But then I make him explain why I left maliciously because I always win. Ala, that is great. I mean, look, Ala, this is something I would call a passion. And universities want to see your passion. So this is, if you're actually challenging your teacher and you like it as a game and you're trying to ask questions and you're, you know, maliciously laughing about it and all that, it means it's something you enjoy doing. It's something you have a passion for. So definitely go and explore that. Definitely. Okay, Lamar, let's try one more time. El Noor says, goodbye, Mr. Okay. Thank you so much, Noor. Don't forget to send me the message we talked about. All right. Yes, Faris. I think the internship wouldn't be related to Spanish. Okay, that's a little bit tricky. If you can do both, that would be great. If not, probably the internship will be more beneficial than taking a fourth year. You're right. Noha, I'm thinking of joining your course. I wanted to ask if you focus on math or English because I want to focus on math. Both of them, Noha. So I teach the English portion, and we have Mr. Fadi. He teaches the math portion. Okay, and he's a great teacher, and we have a very strong course. Our students score really well. We just got a 790 out of 800 last week in math, and I think we had like a 760 or 780 or something in English recently as well. So almost 1550 or something out of 1600. We offer math and English. You can take either one or both of them together. However, it's less expensive to take both. If you take math and English, you get a discount for 2 subjects. If you just choose one, you don't get the discount, but you're welcome to join either one if you want. Okay, Lamar Ahmed, I unmuted both accounts. Let's see if it works this time.
Hi, Mr. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So there's this thing, a new student joined, and her name is the same name as me, first name and second name. Her name is also Lamar Ahmed. So I'm kind of having some difficulties while doing the practice homework, the one that you sent for the games, because whenever I try to put my name in as Lamar Ahmed or Lamar Ahmed 1, she has that name. So what can I do? Yani, this is not my first time. It's like I'm like in the 3rd month right now. So
Okay.
what can I do?
Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, you can do one of two things. You can either do the game using your name and just take screenshots for whatever you do, so you know your points, or you can differentiate between you and her. Or if you can use a different name, like if you can use your grandfather's name or something, and then just let me know. By the way, Mr. Karim, Lamar Gouda, for example, in the game is actually me, Lamar Ahmed, and this way, when we get the report out, we all know who you are. I think that's like the safer option.
Okay, I'll do that. But
Okay.
because
If you want, you can also add like an initial, like Lamar Ahmed G, for example, or Lamar B Ahmed, so like your middle initial or family name or something, just as a letter. This way we can differentiate between you guys.
okay, but what about the first one? Yani this was, I think, was the second week, the one that you sent 1.1B and 1.1C.
Mhm.
This is the one that I was trying to do and I couldn't do. The one before it, I did it with my real name. I did it with Lamar Ahmed. So is it okay for the new one, for the
Yeah.
1.1B and C? I can like write Lamar Ahmed because my third name is Farouk, so I can just write the letter F.
Yes, yes, that is perfect. And then when we have our report at the end of the month, you can just remind me, or basically just to be honest, Lamar, you can just remind your parents, okay? Because they're the people who might say, well, why is Lamar's score so and so? Just tell them, by the way, there was another student, so I asked Mr. Good and he said so and so, and they can reach out to me if they want. But it's fine to just start now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Great. I love it. See, I always tell people we have students who have the same name, so please make sure you tell me who you are exactly. There you go. Excellent. Thank you, Lamar. So Alma saying I'm a student that is a year ahead. So I mean, now I'm 14 years old in 10th grade. That's very impressive, Alma. I'm very interested in the field of medicine, but my age is the only thing stopping me from volunteering in hospitals or doing anything relating to medicine. I also left the school since I moved to the United States. Okay, so Alma, number one, focus on school, focus on biology, try to get very good scores. Second of all, even being 14 years old, you can still volunteer in things related to medicine. It can be through maybe a community health facility, maybe in a hospital. You can even try to volunteer with a local physician. I think that's a great idea. So if you know a doctor, or there's a doctor in your community, or a relative, a neighbor, somebody you know through any kind of connections, you can ask them if they would be willing to have you volunteer with them in the office, in the clinic, and help them out. So this is related to medicine as well. You can do that in a drugstore, in a pharmacy, for example. So there are different ways you can do this to pursue your passion. And you can always do something else now and then next year, maybe volunteer that way. So there are a lot of options. Don't try to convince yourself that you can't do something because of your age. For example, you can always try to find, innovative ideas. I'd also suggest talking with your school counselor and telling him or her that you are interested in medicine, you want to pursue a career in medicine, you want to volunteer in a hospital or something, but you're too young. So what do you think I should do? And maybe they'll give you ideas as well. But that's great. I love it, Alma. اوكي يوسف، ممكن قائمة بأهم الجامعات في أمريكا في مجال الهندسة. Go to US News and World Report. So US News and World Report. Go to that website and you'll find rankings for everything. Report is with an O. I just mistyped it here. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, there you go. Report. O and the I are right next to each other on the keyboard. All right. Habiba, could I ask a quick 2 questions as well? Would it be okay for me to unmute? Yes, Habiba, of course. Habiba Mahmoud, unmute, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me well? Okay, great. So I'm currently a junior in Philadelphia, and I was the one who talked about the medical internship. I'm also interested in joining the medical field. So I recently started a nonprofit, and I think I'm like working on expanding it. I also have a few questions about the Common App. When you I've heard a lot about supplemental essays. How early do you think we should start writing them? Because I don't want to fall behind. I don't want to not have mine prepared enough. So I'm currently through my junior year, and I have talked to my counselor about it. She hasn't been very helpful. So I just wanted to get your insight on it. And then my second question was about your new SAT course. I've currently sent a message, and I just wanted to know that I'm on the right track because my mom wanted information for it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, great. Did you send me a message or did you send Miss Aya? Which number did you send to?
Both.
Both. Okay, so we'll get back to you. Don't worry. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I
You're
just
on the
wanted
right
to know that I'm on the right track.
You are. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Habib. All right, thank you. So Habiba's second question, she's on the right track. She wants to register for the course. If she sent me or Miss Aya, we'll get back to her. Definitely, Miss Aya, you can start replying to her now if you can, please, if you are still with us. For her first question, though, Habiba, this is really important. How soon should I start preparing my my essay? As soon as possible. When should you actually write the essay, or prepare the final draft? Well, right before you actually apply, so that's still some time there. But when should you start writing drafts? When should you start thinking about it? When should you start brainstorming? Now, definitely now. Now, on average, a good application essay usually takes actual work about 15-20 hours of actual work, of actual thinking and researching and writing and rewriting. It takes that long. So if you give it an hour a day, you probably need 2-3 weeks or something to get something really good done. However, when you actually write the essay, that's one thing, but what you're going to write in the essay is another thing. So just like the nonprofit, Habiba, if you actually start writing a draft for your essay now, you start talking about yourself, you start researching, look at on Google and say, what is the this year's Common App essay prompt, okay? Or what was last year's Common App essay prompt. They'll tell you, tell us more about yourself and why you want to study this major in this particular university and how you think you will impact. It will give you a prompt. Now start thinking about your actual answers. As you think of the answers and you start brainstorming, start writing points, you'll actually realize, well, I want to tell them that my nonprofit went from serving a very small community in school to now serving students in over 20 different schools in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, something like that. Okay. All right. So I want to write that in a few months. So what do I need to do now so that I actually reach that goal so that I can write it? So start now brainstorming, write points, start reading essays of other students and try to figure out what is good and what is bad. Definitely attend Miss Aya's session on Sunday, December 1st. And you need to start now. So don't wait. A lot of people will give you advice and say, well, you can wait like 2 months or 3 months before you apply. Let's wait till summer, and summer vacation, you'll have more time then and you can think about it. I would just start now. One thing I like doing is having a piece of paper, a note app on your phone, something, one place, wherever you get an idea of something cool to say on your application essay, of something innovative, of some kind of achievement, of a nice quote that you read, a certain approach that you want to write it down in this one place and keep jotting down ideas and amassing these ideas. So when the time comes to actually sit down and write the essay, you have a lot of ideas to start from. Because I'll guarantee you this. Right now, you might have a lot of ideas. You think you're doing lots of great stuff and you know exactly what you think you're going to do. But when you actually sit down to write the essay, you'll probably get writer's block. You'll forget everything. You'll feel that you didn't do anything in your life. There's no way you're going to apply to the university. How in the world am I going to write this essay? I have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay. Another thing you mentioned was supplemental essays. Now, a lot of universities will require you to write the Common App essay, which is one essay that you use to apply to many schools. However, a lot of schools will also ask for extra essays, supplemental essays that you need to write on certain topics. The last thing you want to do is wait till the very end and then work on your big essay that works for all universities. And then after you apply, you find out they have like 5 supplemental essays that you need to write and you have no idea. So I would start the Common App as soon as possible. It opens at a certain time for every year. So as soon as it opens for your admission, which I think it will be 2025, if you're junior right now, as soon as it's open, I don't know when, I think soon, maybe in January, February or something like that, I'm not sure. Make your account, look at the essays, start thinking about the essays from now. So as soon as possible, that's my answer. All right. Elma lives in Massachusetts, so anything below the age of 16 is not allowed to volunteer in hospitals or anything related to medicine. Okay. I really wanted to do AP biology in 10th grade. So I had to have a good score in environmental science the year before. I was not the best in environmental, so I was not able to join, although I tried my best to join. Do you think that could affect my chances of joining an Ivy? I don't think it can. However, if you can do AP biology because you really want to at a different school or do it next year or something, I would definitely go and do that. So try to see what other options you have through your school. If it's something you really want to do and you know you're going to score well and you want to study medicine, go do AP biology. And so just tell the counselor, I want to take AP biology. Okay, what can I do? I'm doing it at a different school. Some students can register for AP test, like the College Board AP test, not the AP subject. They're two different things. There's the AP subject that you learn at school, which is basically the subject is called AP. Your school teacher goes in every day and teaches AP biology, and you test at school AP biology. So that's an AP course at school. Now, if you're able to do that at school, please do it. If you can't now, it's impossible. You can take the College Board AP test, which is an external test done by College Board in certain schools to test you for AP. Now, ask your counselor, can I self-study for AP and take the AP College Board test in May with my classmates or not? If you can, definitely go ahead and do that. If you can do it, but in a different school, not your school, definitely go and do that as well. But if you have enough time to actually study for this and make sure you get a good score. Now, again, you are in 10th grade, so maybe you can do it like the following year. So you can do it in May, not this May, the following May. This way you still have a year and a few months. Ask your counselor and they can help you, I think, much better. All right, Habiba, sincerely, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your advice. Habiba, thank you so much. I wish you all the best. I'm really proud of you. Habiba, you're a genius. And all of you guys pursuing this and all this activity that you guys are doing in school and out of school, really proud of you. And hopefully I'll help you, inshallah, to get really good scores on the SAT as well. And then, you know, you're all Ivy League students, inshallah, someday. Fahmi, I really want to take AP chemistry, but many of my friends who told me it is better to self-study since it is difficult and would drop my GPA. I've always been good at science, so I don't know. You can't really take the advice of your friends. If you're really good in chemistry and you like it, you'll be able to study AP chemistry and get a good score. If you don't like it or you're not good in chemistry, and you take the AP test and you score poorly, that will drop your GPA. But it shouldn't be, since you really want to take it. Why would you really want to take it if you don't like it? Lamar Ahmed, do I need to get a letter of recommendation from my teacher if I'm applying to college in the US? Of course, yes, Lamar. You'll need 2 teachers and 1 school counselor to write you an application, a recommendation letter. Now, guys, this is really important. I know we didn't touch on it a lot today, but the relationship between you and the teachers that you are going to ask to write the recommendation letters for you is very important, okay? I'm telling you now, there are some popular teachers, okay, in school, and then there's 1 counselor. Now, the popular teachers and the 1 counselor will have hundreds of requests from the students to write them recommendation letters. Most probably, because they're human beings, they'll probably just write, Elma is an excellent student. She is very diligent. I think she will be a perfect fit for your university. Best, Mrs. George. Okay? Mrs. Jessica George. All right? This, to any college admissions counselor, looks like a teacher who doesn't really know Elma and she's just writing her a nice letter and that's it. But if you have a teacher who you're really close with and you have a close relationship and you're friends, they will actually take like 30 minutes or something to write you a letter and tell a story about something unique that you did last year and how this built a positive relationship between you and everybody else, and how you really think that she can be one of the greatest people in this field because you saw this and that. So you want a teacher who will actually genuinely want to help you and write a good recommendation letter and give it some thought and some time. So try to build a strong relationship with at least 2 teachers who you'll ask for the recommendation letter and the counselor. Okay, thank you, Alma, my pleasure. Yahya, if you want to join the course, just send Miss Aya. Here's her number, Yahya. 919-671-2822. And we have a new English course and a new math course starting in 2 weeks exactly. And we have a discount if you register this week. Fahmi, self-study, if you just study something for knowledge, it's good. The university will probably like it. It's good for you. But if you actually take the course and get good grades, that's even better. So it really depends on you. Okay. All right, everybody. I think we're done. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Work hard. See you later. Assalamu alaikum.